podcast, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Welcome to Visual House Studios, baby. Yeah.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Oh, I'm sorry. I
You always do that stupid shit.
What you mean?
Every week you do some
Not
shit.
Not even though.
You come
man.
in either singing some bullshit.
Wait, hold on now. Hold on. Wait a minute now.
Go back. There's like 30 episodes.
Yeah, I mean, well, hey.
Of you coming in.
Well,
short bus ass.
Hey, you know what? You gotta have that with pride, though, baby. You gotta have pride with that.
Go ahead, short bus shouty. Go ahead.
Come on,
start your show, baby. My bad.
Yeah, whatever.
You want to restart?
No. We good. We good. He
good.
He always do this, man. Welcome to Literally Anything We Want, y'all. The we being me, Khari. Ever introduce yourself, dang it.
Yo, my name is Everette Nettles, just hanging out with the homies. Happy to be here. Thank you for having me today.
Yes, and introduce yourself again, Andrew.
This is Andrew. I'm back again on another episode by
my.
Popular demand.
Our views go down. We're doing you a favor.
You see the chart start to go.
I know. Like everybody's tuning in, you know.
Right,
like, hey, it's Andrew. Oh shit.
Like, I don't care what the title say it's gonna be about.
That's fucking John Lovett's looking at.
That's the only if Cluttered pops in. It's like, oh, he's on the show.
No, I bet you Cluttered would get our ratings up.
I
bet you we would.
I'd be terrified.
I'd be terrified. I don't know.
You know what though? That does make sense. You always gotta have that guy that you hella cool with. That's just kind of a little off. You know that just he's just fucking different. You know. And
like,
everybody wants to be around the guy who's just fucking different because it makes them feel a little more normal, man. I miss that guy.
I thought that's what Graham was here for.
Yeah, that's what Nick is here for.
With his girlfriend had himself.
He said what?
And Nick is unproblematic.
Khari, well.
I ain't got nothing to say to that.
Alright, I'm gonna head out.
Oh, for real.
Them good peeps, though. Leave them alone.
Anyway. Shoot, exactly. Man, thank you, y'all, for real. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much. And, yo, before we even dive deep into it, follow Visual House Studios on Instagram, Twitch, Tiggity Talk.
Yep.
And make sure you listen to White Noise every Tuesday. And in case you're watching this late or listening to it late, come on, man. You can listen to Law literally every Thursday. Come on, baby. Except for last Thursday. My bad, Joe.
What?
My bad for that.
Man, eat shit.
Okay, I love you.
Literally, I got a shit right now. You want to eat it?
That's crazy.
Yeah, I got plates.
We can make this happen.
We got plates and beverages.
I don't need a plate.
I don't need this right now. Okay.
It came out today, one fucking hole.
First of all, like, are you okay?
I'm great, man. Are we not mature enough to talk about shit?
Hey, he's a family man.
Right? Yeah. One hole, yeah.
We all technically family, man. If we gonna break it down.
I just real talk, man. I got my 11-year-old who's asking all questions. I just give it to him straight. He be like, "Dad, why is he said like we're listening to Leave the Door Open by Bruno Mars? Why you say so sweet, so tight?" I was like, "Well, you know."
Wait, so he knew to ask that question?
I was like, "Check this out, man. Check this out. When women check this out, when we eat good food, we produce good food." And when you have a lady friend and you get intimate with her, you want it to be sweet, you want it to be tight because it tastes and feel good. He goes, "What feels good? The penis and the vagina,
pussy.
Son." That's literally
that sweet sparkling puss.
And he's 11 years old. He's gonna find out in the next few years.
Yeah,
you know, ladies looking at me like,
I knew about that at 8.
Yeah, well, you know,
Joe, like, I mean,
you off. You know, you're
a different breed.
You was too busy messing with fucking salami nipples and shit.
Oh, well, shoot. Come on, baby.
Hey, did you listen to last week's episode?
I did not. I'm sorry.
No? Well, I was going to ask you about it, but fuck you then.
I'm right here. Ask me about it.
Well, because I wanted to ask you about the story that he told. How you felt about it. Does he know the story?
He does know the story.
He does?
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you feel about that bitch from Colorado?
Don't say her name, but you know.
I forgot her name, so I couldn't say it.
We'll call her Sheila, because that's what we called her on the
Sheila.
pod.
That's what we called her, Sheila.
Yeah.
It was Brittany, wasn't it?
Come on.
It's a stupid story, right?
It's a lot.
It's his fault, mostly.
Well, now I'm out of place because I don't feel like I know this story. Or it was so long ago that you told me.
It was probably so long ago that I told you. But if you want a reminder,
Just
listen
a
to
quick
last week's episode.
Hey,
Shoot.
All right.
kind of like, TLDR version. He falls for some girl that lives in Colorado. Oh. She's a super bitch, but he overlooks everything.
I didn't overlook everything.
You did, though.
I didn't, though.
You did, though.
I didn't overlook everything. I just didn't know how to handle everything at the time.
Nah, it sounded like you overlooked it.
Nah, I didn't overlook it. I just didn't know how to handle it. So, but
But
hey,
you figured it out in the end.
But I figured it out.
Figured it out.
Right away, right?
Yep, you let your nuts hang. You figured out that you pee standing up, and you say, you know what?
I'm done.
Fuck it.
Yep. Exactly.
So it had a happy ending.
It had a happy ending.
It
for
did have
sure.
a happy ending.
It did have a happy ending.
Especially when you were finally done talking, I can go to bed. That was the happiest of endings.
I know. I'm sorry. That's what I said. I'm
This
sorry.
man had us in here for 3 hours last week. Can you believe that?
Hey, man. Shoot.
Broke my iPad. I tried to edit that shit.
No, I'm sorry.
Get my iPad a stroke. I had to go buy a computer. to fucking...
Sometimes females do that to us. We just end up having to go on
Nah,
a
man,
rant
you
for 3
allow them to
hours.
do that to you, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You in control
I
of
agree.
Ain't
I
nobody else
totally
in control of you but you.
But like, also, I mean, I agree with you, but also let's keep it a buck. When we're that young,
Exactly.
and we got,
And it was my first
And
like toxic relationship.
not
too,
even that, it was
so.
your first baddie. Come on,
You
No,
know what,
not
I
my,
did?
no, not
I
my
messed up
first
with my
one.
first
It was
baddie.
just like, yeah.
that was
Your first baddie as an adult.
That's a little worse because you
Define adult. Like,
regress a little
do you
bit.
consider,
18.
Okay, college.
I
then
was
college is an
in
adult.
college
okay.
area.
Yeah,
College
yeah.
area.
I mean,
Oh, I
yeah.
definitely messed up mine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
sure.
Because
Yeah.
I for sure did. I'm
Yeah.
glad I did, though. Glad I did.
Yeah, no. I mean,
I still messed
I
up.
missed that
every
bitch.
experience in life, you gotta learn from, and thankfully I did with that. So it was a happy ending for real.
It was.
But I mean, speaking of happy endings, I don't know how to. Tom Brady retired.
Oh, I thought we were talking about different
I
happy
know.
endings.
That's why I'm like,
Well,
let me get out of there real quick. I'm like, whoa!
Happy endings. We see how he be treating his son.
Is that what y'all were doing? Is that what y'all were doing before I got in here?
Kiss me like. Nah,
Oh, come on.
we
man.
almost
You let me
did,
know.
but you
Oh,
called us, and then it's like, dang.
My bad.
Hold on.
I feel bad for his
Got
son,
hot
bro.
oil in the
Like,
car.
He gonna be
That's crazy.
spending extra time with his son, nibbling on his ear and shit,
In Miami, where it's
giving him
hot and
hickeys,
humid.
bro. That's nasty.
Come on.
Come on, bro.
He,
You seen those pictures?
I did. Actually, I
That's
did.
some weird
I
shit,
tuned
bro.
in on- I saw
That's
you guys
weird.
on IG, and I saw that shit. And I started rolling. I was just, at first, it was funny because I'm scrolling. I was like,
You're
why
like,
do
that can't
voices
be
sound
real.
familiar? I was like, oh shit, that's their page. Let me like this shit right here. And
Oh,
man,
bro.
that's fucking
That's
man. It was
wild.
just like, all right, if you had posted just one of those images and that was it, it was just like, okay, I could justify that. But seeing them all together,
No. I don't know
where you got those pictures.
They were
No.
individually. They were. I don't know about that.
They was borderline.
But together,
Bro,
it's
his-
like this is a problem.
His son looked like a whole
is a
girlfriend, bro.
Right.
when I
Got
first
their feet
gazed at
cuddled
it,
up together. Like,
man,
come
when
on,
I first
man.
gazed at it, that's what I thought it was.
Bro,
I'm
toe
like,
toe
oh, he
action,
moved
come
on. That's good. To his son, not good.
He posted
Oh
them.
man, it's hecka funny how like everyone
he
else
doing?
like Tom Brady retired. Oh, he had such a great career. Tom Brady retires on here. Man, he could be kissing his son on that. Don't even get into his
your
career
son
at
with that
all.
now?
He's
worried
like,
about
man,
his
is he
son,
gonna
man.
kiss his son now
I'm
full
worried
time?
about his son.
I'm worried about his son too.
Leave that boy alone.
And that's not the video that Andrew and I saw long ago was his youngest son that he was kissing
That was
in the
his
mouth.
youngest?
Like
I thought that was his oldest son. He looked old.
no, the one he was like,
sons
hey
does he have?
boy, that wasn't long
Where
enough.
he's on the massage table,
See, that's
right?
where. Look, check this out. If you
And that
want,
was a good 18-second
if you
kiss
want
that
to
he did
give
after
your
that.
son a kiss on the mouth, especially when they're real young, like okay, a little peck. When you
No.
gotta tell them to come back,
No, I get over
We
here.
got a
He said
problem.
come back.
He said, "Come back,
And
that
then
shit
they
tastes
lasted
good."
like 10 seconds minimum.
I showed that shit to my mom. She's like, "Well, that's just fine." But then when she saw it, she's like, "Oh,
That was
And
literally
I'm like,
my
"See?"
reaction. Because there's that period of time that's like,
But on
okay,
the
this is too
TikTok,
much.
Have you read the comments on our TikTok?
I've not read the comments.
Bro,
though.
there's people defending that fool.
Come on, you can't.
One dude was
defend
even so
that.
stupid as to say, like, yeah, but he rich though. I'm like, my
Well,
dad can have all the money in the
doesn't
world. He ain't sucking on my neck.
Yeah, but come on, he rich, so they do things a little different. Like, no, man.
No, No.
Hey, yo, listeners, we ain't trying to bash y'all down. We love y'all, babe, especially the 39 crew, baby.
No, I don't think any of the people that commented were listeners. They just found us on
Oh,
TikTok.
they suckers? Nah, well,
They
I
just
mean,
found us on TikTok.
well,
Because
then
you know
good.
that video got a cool little 10K
Hey, well, in
on
case
it.
they are the
Cool little
listeners,
10K.
man, this is America, man. We got freedom of speech.
We do.
Yeah, it's
we can
freedom of
talk as
speech.
much as we
But learn to
want.
shut the fuck up sometimes. Too, though.
Exactly.
But with that
Exactly.
freedom, yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
comes the,
There's the freedom,
but you're
there's
wrong,
the freedom
though.
to fucking listen to. All right, I'm
Come
just
on.
saying.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, how long did that take? What was that? Like,
Oh, I've been cut.
you've been cut?
Been cut.
Yeah,
He's
he
like,
did,
what you
he
talking
did.
about? He said,
The first 5 seconds.
Oh, no.
Actually, he might have beat me. I might not have the
think
record
so.
this
I
week.
don't think
It
so.
might be him.
Dang.
We'll see when this gets
Man.
uploaded.
Nah, it's cool. It was probably like, what, 1 minute? Yeah, we'll say a minute.
That was a few minutes.
It wasn't that quick this time.
Yeah, I was gonna
It wasn't
say,
that
like,
quick,
y'all
no.
did a good job, like, this time. Shoot. The 39
Hey,
crew,
real talk,
we
though,
always
sorry.
appreciate you, baby.
Sorry to cut you off, man. I'm gonna cut you off. This dude told me something real at work before. This guy named Joe I used to work with, but he told me about 4 years back, you have the right to be offended, and that shit fucking sat with me real good.
Yeah.
When you really think about it, you're like, fuck. Well, I guess if this is America, the land of the free, you can do whatever the fuck you want. I guess I do have the right to be offended.
No one's safe.
Exactly.
You unfortunately you do though. But some of the things that people be taking offense to nowadays, you kind of have to check yourself. But a lot of people nowadays don't. And like, I'm acting really goofy right now, like being really upset at this and making a big deal off of this when this doesn't affect me. Like,
Like that.
It'd be like that with this whole PC culture nowadays, though. And PC is cool to a certain extent. We need PC. However, to like guard everything, calm down. Like, seriously, calm down. I mean, so, thank you, 39 crew, for not being that to us. We love y'all, baby.
So good.
So good. But now that kissing man is out of the way, your former defensive coordinator, though, going back to where, honestly, that is probably the best job for him. D'Amico Ryan's getting that head coaching job in the Houston.
Best job for him.
I mean, the fact that he is a legend in that organization, and then if he was gonna, unfortunately, he went to the worst team in the league.
He did.
But
The worst organization.
the worst organization in the
That's
league.
ironic
but-
as well as they continue to hire and fire black men for 1 year, and then they hire the black man that's been there. So I mean,
That's what I'm afraid of, if I could be honest with
Yeah.
you. Is the fact of, is he going to do him dirty, or does he treat him like, I think McNair's a racist. I think that's kind of on point. I think, or does he look at him like, oh, he's one of the good ones, I'll give him a chance.
Maybe. Probably.
Yeah, probably, especially because he played with him played for him for so long.
he's also got to justify why he let go of the other guys.
Lovie Smith, and then the dude before him, I forgot his name, but that's kind of to the point. It's like, who are you? It's the Texans, dog. I wish D'Amico the best of luck, and I have confidence he's going to turn around with enough time and patience. But will this owner give it to him?
Probably not.
I don't know. You don't think so?
Let's talk about that real quick.
They want results.
The thing is, I feel like this, I won't say every, but most teams, when
Yeah.
it comes to coaching changes,
Right.
they need a guy in there who's going to come in and change the culture.
The
And
overhaul.
really kind of get that energy
Yeah.
and get that winning rhythm in. But typically that guy who
Mm-hmm.
shifts the whole mentality of the team is not the guy that stays and reaps the fruit. Typically, they let go of
Yeah.
that guy because he hasn't done enough. This will be his first head coaching job. It's rare
Right.
for a coach to get his first head coaching job
Very
and
rare.
just be successful
and just
throughout.
stay with that
no,
organization
it just
too.
doesn't
Very
happen.
rare. Yeah.
It doesn't happen. They can't all be Shanahan's.
They can't all be Mike Tomlins. Like,
Exactly.
straight up.
Exactly.
Like, so I
Good
know.
one, by the way.
A great one. I mean, but so with that, I have confidence that he will, at least with time, turn that defense around, because that defense showed flashes last year under Lovie Smith. But it's once again like, dog, they need so much. It's almost, you feel sorry for them. It's like, man, you are the old Detroit Lions at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're that bad, but I mean, they're
Borderline.
They're on their way.
Nah, they're not that bad.
Yeah, they're not that bad. No.
I'll tell you what's worse, though. The old Cleveland Browns.
Lord. That was I feel bad for them too. But
they're getting better.
They're getting better.
They're getting better for 10 years, man. I mean,
it's like at one point are you like, oh, we're good now.
Where's your baseline?
You made the playoffs, what, once or twice, and after that, you go back to sucking.
Yeah, twice, I want to say. Yeah, twice in the last 20 years. But, I mean, I can't say more for my team. So, it's like, where am I to talk? But with that, though, D'Amico Ryans coming from San Francisco, who lost to, I'm sorry, man. I'm just trying to. I'm just trying to do that transition, boy.
Don't be sorry,
I was like,
man.
you know what? I don't want to bring up no bad memories.
Put your nuts on the table, all right? And just reveal the cards, man. I'm not sensitive over here.
Man, I didn't know if maybe you're like, come on, man. Like, come on. I just try to look out for my boys, man. What's wrong with that?
I appreciate it, man. Just let your nuts hang.
Well, then.
Feel free.
Well, the Niners got Smalley whopped in the NFC Championship.
Look like Pop Warner football. That's what my dad
looking like Pop Warner football. But straight up though, aren't the Eagles just that good though? Going against a team that a while ago people were saying, aren't they just that good though? Well, I mean, Kansas City in the Super Bowl, which for this episode we're gonna be previewing for y'all, man. It's for you sports nerds. We're gonna break it down because we do what it do, baby. And so I mean, like, how do you feel about Eagles after that game with the Niners? And, what did you think could be a really big positive going into this game?
Well, I feel like I might stun you with my words, so I'm going to pass it to these two first because I've been hogging the mic. But I want to hear what they say, and I'm going to go ahead and hop in and slap you around a little bit with a couple kind words.
Andrew, what's up with you? What you think about them Eagles coming off of that? Goodness gracious.
I'll say, in full honesty, I had a feeling that the Eagles were going to beat the Niners. It's just like...
But did you think it would look like that?
I didn't think it was going to be that big.
Yeah.
But the Eagles have made it... They've been kind of dominating this season.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yeah, they've been a little kind of cocky, but it's like they can back it up.
Yeah.
Because I know the Bengals were kind of getting a little cocky too.
They were.
And it's just it's like we all want to respect the game, but it's just like if you're going to be being all showboaty, that's why with the Chiefs, when they beat the Raiders, I was like, why are you doing this ring around the rosy thing? I'm just like, at that point,
come on, bro.
I'm like, that's just insulting. That's
it
not
was
really,
insulting.
And they didn't get, to my knowledge, they didn't get unsportsmanlike conduct or whatever.
Because it was part of the play.
And I'm like, that's not part of the play. That's just being a dick.
That was fucking awesome, by the way.
That was the
fact
fact
that
they
literally,
scored.
you can't stop me. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want.
I'm gonna play ring around the rosy, get out of the formation, and then go ahead.
And
score
they
a
were doing a
touchdown.
bunch of laterals before, and then it's like Travis Kelce's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna lob it in," and I'm just like, "All right, guys."
I'm like, this is just.
we
football
understand.
is fun sometimes. When you
Yeah.
have
It
an
should
opponent that inferior, well, shit. Every now and then, sorry about that.
No,
but
it was the last week Derek was benched, and it was the Chiefs. I mean, let's just keep it a buck. Yeah,
exactly.
I feel it. I mean, but
That's my take on it.
no, but then the Chiefs were healthy. They were on a roll. They were playing for the 1 seed, and with that, coming off the win against the Jaguars, where I think the Jaguars are going to be better next season. I think they showed people that. I think they showed that they're a better team than expected. Okay, fine. Kansas City wins by a touchdown because they get a couple clutch turnovers in the fourth quarter. Joe Burrow, Cincinnati, her offensive line, but Cincinnati's offensive line, nothing special. You knew that Kansas City was probably going to get pressure anyway. But still, you only win by a field goal. But with that being said, still with a hurt Mahomes, a hurt receiving core. In fact, I think only Valdez-Scantling is the only regular receiver they used during the regular season that so far is healthy for the game. And then we all know about Patrick Mahomes' ankle. I mean, does that pose any concern if you're a Kansas City fan for you, or you man, Kansas City, we've been here, we've done that, we do what it do, we run the NFL right now?
I'll tell you what, Kansas City got some good ass ribs, but I don't know shit about no football.
He said, "Let me tell you about the ribs, boy."
I'm just here for the ride, boys.
No, but Andrew, for real, like what's your mindset if you're a Kansas City fan? Despite all of that, but the fact that you've been dominant since Mahomes came.
Well, there's different types of Kansas City fans. Of course, they're like, "Oh my God, Patrick Mahomes is that guy. He's got this." But it's like, realistically, we all saw that injury the first game.
Oh yeah,
and like they just tight taped him up, got him back out. But then this one, it's like he was still kind of hurt. But I'm like, the Eagles know what to go for. I think there's but. I don't know. It's weird to think of the Chiefs as the underdogs in this game, but
I think just because we're not used to saying Kansas City's an underdog,
because they're usually like the ones who are like
they're favored
on the over
7 points. They're favored by 10 points. Yeah, but this time it's like I don't know about that, buddy.
Well, I want to chime in on this.
Yeah, please do. Please do. Please do.
I tell you what, as a Kansas City fan, I'm not gonna say you got nothing to worry about. But you got some worries, but you should not be overly worried because some dudes is just different. Mahomes is just different. I don't know if he does Pilates. I don't know if he's doing yoga.
I don't know if he's summoning the same demon that Tom Brady is.
Man, just the way that ankle, rolled up on. I mean,
what?
So he be kissing on his son.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to tell you.
His son's still an infant, so it's
no.
Okay.
That's
okay.
He's a baby.
Exactly.
This was a full blown teenage boy.
But back to what I was saying.
But anyway,
Mahomes is just different.
Yeah.
And to sustain that injury and not want to get off the field, go down to the locker, run back up, and still finish the game, even though you don't have to because your team is going to win anyway, was just like, damn. And
talking about the Jaguars game?
Yeah. And then it was just like, damn, okay, check this out.
Uh-huh.
We all knew that, all right, if he's going to play the game, he could play the game, but to go a whole week and let it sit and let it rest, it's going to get swollen and everything. For him to do what he did, to take care of his body, to be able to play last week. And
past 40 plus times
and then
on top of that.
Him, well, also, he's one of the best. He's the best quarterback, hands down, in the league, in my opinion. Hands down. Even from the pocket, he's still one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He
improved a lot this season from the pocket.
Way better.
Yeah.
So with that being said, now you give him 2 weeks to prepare and rest.
Right.
He's going to be ready. And this leads into the first question that you asked about, how I feel about the Niners and the Eagles. I was not impressed at all by the Eagles mollywhopping of the 49ers. And this is why I would tell you.
Okay.
That first drive that started off, you and I already talked about this on that phone, where they got that touchdown.
Yeah.
Devontae Smith on that fourth down dropped that ball.
Yeah.
They went up 7-0. That's cool. Even if he caught the ball, that's beautiful.
Right.
After that, the very next drive, Brock Purdy got hurt. What happened after that for the rest of the first quarter? The Eagles did not do shit. Then we go into the second quarter. The Eagles, that stadium was so quiet every single time the Eagles offense went on the field. Why? Because they were scared of shit of the Niners defense.
No, just because they got fan etiquette. They know when the offense is on the field, you shut up and let me call these audibles, and then we good.
There was anxiety in that stadium.
It's the championship.
Not only
it's
that,
gonna be anxiety.
Not only that, and Jalen Hurts. And not to, fucking drop him at all or anything.
Yeah.
But he just wasn't the Jalen Hurts that he had been. It wasn't until Josh Johnson sustained that concussion and we knew that Brock Purdy couldn't throw the ball to where that defense was like, fuck it. Now we got to do everything ourselves, and the game just fell apart.
Right.
So congratulations to the Eagles, not taking anything away from them. But for 2 quarters, they played a fucking Pop Warner football team.
Oh, 100%.
They did. So I'm not impressed by your
Pop
win.
Warner offense, you at least.
Yeah, exactly. But then the defense was high school. It was one level up from Pop Warner because they just fell apart. They did not want anything to do with that game. There was no hope in winning, and they gave up. You can see it.
But
you can see it.
But at the same time, I feel like, and this is where I have to personally give the Eagles credit in this, in that elite defenses always have the mindset, talking about the Niners for a second, elite defenses always have the mindset of, you know what? I don't care if our offense only scores a field goal. We gotta win this game. And heck, we'll score a touchdown or 2. Let's take the ball away. Let's do what we do. So I think it's just more credit to the Eagles, the fact that they slowly but surely got him out of that mindset of like, nah, just give up, homie.
Easy to do
Just wave
against
the
a
white
team
flag.
that's already folding and can't move the ball on offense because they cannot throw. They are a one-minded team that can literally only run the ball. Their option is stretch, power, dive. That's the only option.
Yeah. But
So, I
but
mean,
at the
if you
same
can't
time,
do that, if they can't do that, they do
Right.
not deserve to be in the NFC Championship or an NFL team. So, I have
Oh.
no credit to the Eagles for really winning that game. That game was tough and it was beautiful. Even when Purdy got hurt, it was still a tough game for a while.
yeah.
Until Johnson got hurt, and after that, it was just
we
just
know.
unfolded after that.
We know.
Now, I will give the Eagles credit for what they did all season,
Yeah.
but what they're getting ready to face, and Chris Jones and that defensive line. Now, check this out: the Kansas City Chiefs, they're not known for playing good defense, but they're known for coming up clutch.
Yeah.
And this year concerns me a little bit because they're not forcing as many turnovers without the Honey Badger and all of that.
Yeah.
But they are still coming up clutch.
A young secondary on top of that.
They're
yeah.
still making the stops that they need to make in order for their team to score enough points. And also the Eagles' second level and their linebackers.
Their linebackers are legit.
How are they gonna stop Kelsey? Because that offense rolls with Kelsey.
Oh, talking about yeah. Well, I think that is where, Andrew, I'm gonna pass that question off to you for a second. Like, if I'm an Eagles fan, Travis Kelsey being now, according to the media, and I wish you do got to put him in this conversation, arguably the greatest receiving tight end of all time. Like he's he is Patrick Mahomes' number one receiver. If I'm an Eagles fan, like, are you concerned about like, Travis Kelsey is just different, man? Or are you like, we got pretty much the best defense in the league. If I'm an Eagles fan, that's what I'm saying. Calm down. You twist your head too quick. You're like, hold on now.
I'm saying, making short and sweet. I am concerned, 100%. I mean, nobody's been able to stop him all year.
Yeah.
Nobody's been able to stop him in like 5-6 years, and you couldn't even stop him then. You just slowed him down. Not only that, everybody knows he's getting the ball, and he still led the league in red zone touchdown receptions.
Right.
I mean, they try
those.
to form a triangle around him and triple team him. You still can't stop him.
Right.
I give up. Just don't even guard him no more.
Right.
Don't even guard him, man. I don't know, man. Put a defensive end and just literally defensive hold him all the way down the field. Don't know what to say no more.
Do you even have confidence, Andrew, with that Eagles defense?
In terms of tight ends, it's like, I would say like, pound for pound, he's probably one of the more bulkier tight ends who can like kind of throw the ball in a few plays. He can also like run it, and like he's a big dude,
right?
And it's like all the other ones are kind of like lean, like Evan Ingram and
right,
like Hutchinson. They're kind of like leaner guys, where it's like they can just sneak through. Like Mark Andrews, same thing. They sneak through,
right?
But it's like this one, he's like a big dude. Like he's kind of like
he's a man.
Like
you said that with a little bit like that's a man.
Like you said, like he needs like 2-3 man cover just to weigh him down.
He's just missing the lip bite. That's right.
But I'm just like, well, it's like like Dallas Guard's a pretty good tight end. He's pretty tall. Like he's pretty.
He is a good tight end.
But it's like in terms of like Travis Kelsey, like he's like sometimes he's like a freight train, and plus he's got that like height on too. He's got that lurch where he could just like reach over and just grab the ball from like one of the like defenders, and it's just like
right.
But it's like they know who to go for now, because it's like they do know that Travis Kelsey gets fed the ball quite often. McKinnon sometimes, but it's like they know like if Travis Kelsey like something happens to him, like
oh yeah, especially
then they are in trouble.
Especially with the injuries, like we mentioned earlier, to all of Kansas City's receivers. I mean, dog, like
it's a Super Bowl. Don't rule them out.
Oh yeah, no.
Anything
Yeah,
happen.
no, not really. But at the same
Terrell.
time, you have that fear that it's like, well, if they are playing though, are they even? Well, no one's 100% at this time. But like for standards of this year, are they 100%?
Well, you and I had this conversation before the season even started, and I'll back you up on the Jaguars because you and I both said Jaguars were
You mentioned it first. You mentioned it first.
In order to potentially get into the playoffs this year. Didn't think they would do it, but I wouldn't be surprised. That's what I said.
Yeah.
I told you Kansas City would be better without Tyreek Hill because now they're a balanced offense.
I have to admit, I disagreed. I did disagree.
You did.
Yeah.
And with Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy, right? Just they were going to figure it out, and it's going to get to the point to where it would make Mahomes better, and it actually did. He stepped up.
It did.
He was the leader, and now the problem is, even if you try to take Kelsey out of the game, you're focusing too much on him. Now you're going to get beat down the field by Kadarius Toney. You're going to get beat down the field by Marquez Valdes-Scantling, and you know what? Who's our Juju Smith? He ain't gonna beat you down the field, but I tell you what, 5, 10, 15 yards, ins, out, slants.
I forgot about Juju
Man,
Smith.
he just finds a way to get open because your defense is soft because you're too busy focusing on Kelsey.
Right.
And they've done that. And then Pacheco, where the hell he came out of?
Exactly.
Rutgers, didn't they win like one game? I don't even know how the hell they found him.
Are they still a college program?
Yeah, man. And he's just going nuts.
They're right. No, and which I feel you, man, because it's really just when everyone thought, and I'm not gonna lie, I thought Kansas City would take a step back this year. When you thought, at least on paper, the AFC West teams improved to a certain extent, and also losing Tyreek Hill, and just naturally you thought people would figure you out. Just the natural progression. You thought.
Khari thought. That's what
I mean, hey, shoot. Thought and hoped. I mean, crap. But like you said, to your point, Andy Reid, I've always held Andy Reid to a high esteem of being one of the top 5 in my mind greatest coaches ever. So yeah, I think so.
Really?
I think so. I think the fact that he's only one of, I want to say, three or four coaches with 200 wins, 100 wins with 2 organizations.
Let's just go just real quick off the top of your head.
Okay.
Name.
Bill
Parcells, better or worse than Andy Reid?
Andy Reid's better than Bill Parcells, in my opinion.
Okay, you're definitely not putting him over Belichick.
No, Belichick. Say what you want.
You're not putting him over Tomlin.
No.
Okay.
That's when the argument. That's when it becomes an argument to me.
Okay, well,
but Tomlin is top. No, actually, no. Tomlin is above him, and I'm gonna put Tomlin above him because Tomlin has not had the amount of supporting cast consistently over this last decade that Andy Reid has. Andy Reid, come on now, come on.
I'll tell you who's the next Andy Reid, man. I'll tell you right now.
Don't say it.
It's Andy Reid without 200 candy bars a day.
Don't say it.
And his name is Kyle Shanahan.
I knew you was gonna say something.
I mean, it just feels like, when you look at the success that the Niners have had since he's been there, and the times that he was not successful is when he had an injured quarterback, and it's not act like Jimmy Garoppolo is the best quarterback on the planet.
Oh, we
but
know
when
he ain't.
Jimmy is healthy, what they got like a 75 or 80% win
Something
record?
stupid like that. Yeah,
absolutely ridiculous. Just an offensive mastermind that somehow puts his guys in the right place but can't finish the job. Andy Reid was that guy for a long time.
Until he got his dude, and then he finally finished it. And I have to admit, humbled himself in that, you know what, I'm going to give the play calling to Eric Bieniemy, which, if he don't get a job this offseason...
Isn't it strange that he's interviewing with the Ravens for offensive coordinator position?
The Bieniemy?
Yeah.
The Ravens?
Yeah. For an offensive coordinator, but why are you? Something's going on.
Unless
smell that. Some fish.
What do you think's going on in that situation? Because to me, naturally, the Ravens firing their offensive coordinator because of just
here's how I feel.
They're naturally going to ask dudes, but
here's how I feel.
Yeah, what you think about that?
The NFL has underappreciated African Americans and all colored people as far as when it comes to coaching positions.
Head coaching positions,
we all
in
head
particular.
Coaching positions.
Yeah.
Yes. However, with Bieniemy, if it's getting to the point to where he's not going to be the offensive coordinator of the Chiefs, I think it's probably his fucking attitude. Then he might be an exception where it's like, all right, this dude just ain't the dude to lead a team. Because there's got to be something. All those interviews, all that success, and then if you can't get a contract extension with your team that you've had you've had success with.
So it's the fact that his contract ends this year.
I believe so.
Oh,
I'm not sure. We'll have to double check that. But even if it doesn't, why are you looking to go elsewhere for a lateral position when you have Mahomes and you've already won a Super Bowl?
Right. Do you think that's going to affect anything come the big game? You think maybe that will low-key be a distraction
I think
in the
everybody
background?
tries to make that stuff a distraction. I think
You think that's BS?
No, I think, well, if you're a professional and you've made it that far and you've already
it.
won the Super Bowl before,
Right.
not saying that you can rest and it's going to be the exact same, but
Right.
you got to put it to the side.
Right.
It's like when you go to work. When you go to work, you can't be thinking about what's at home. Shit, I mean, I've interviewed at plenty of jobs while working for my job. I can't think about that when I go to work.
Yeah.
Because I still got to get this paycheck. I still got to get this money.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
So if I could do that, they need to be able to do the same thing.
Right.
They're professionals on a higher level, so I bet they are.
Yeah. Yeah, straight up. I mean, what you think though, Andrew? Like, I agree with you, Everett. I feel like, it's the Super Bowl. Like, forget all of that just for these 2 weeks and let's just get after it. But what you think? You think like maybe there's some to it? The fact of like Mahomes and Bieniemy, they're like tied. They're tied together. His success was his success as well. I mean, what you think? You think that's going to be a slight distraction?
I think so. I think Everett brought up a good point about the attitude. Because it's like, you could be great in one position, but like if you kind of lack like the
something,
those strong leadership qualities,
right?
Like, the people skills to like branch out. Because like a head coach, they're in the public view a lot. They're doing all those like talking to the public, making statements, stuff like that. Like, oh, how do you feel about going against the opposing team? Like, you got to be cordial. You got to have those people skills to maneuver and not look like, oh, he's just like a dick. Like, don't listen to him. So I think Everett brought up a great point about that. Like, it's all about the attitude. Like, he's good where he's at, but it's just like there's just that little piece,
right,
that's keeping him away from getting what he wants.
Right.
And I hate that we even bring it up just because we've already seen how a lot of African American candidates have been blackballed.
Right.
But it's getting to the point to where
Steve
it's almost
Wilkes
like
should have got.
exactly.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Matter of fact, we're looking at bringing them here to to the Bay.
No, and you should.
requested
It's
help.
like, hey, if you're not gonna be a head coach,
Come on
through.
hang out with
I
one
would
of the
too.
best, one of the best groups in the league. Come hang out.
Honestly, straight up, he's gonna do wonders with that group.
Well, he's gonna have to because Nick Bosa about to get $200 million.
But shoot, speaking of defensive player of the year candidates, Chris Jones, man, you brought up a point earlier, and the fact that Kansas City this year has been uncharacteristically not as clutch when it comes to the big moments, but they've done just enough, and the offense is still the offense under Andy Reid, Bieniemy, Mahomes, and Travis Kelce. But I feel like for this game, for Kansas City, to your point, you're going to have to dig deep into that clutchness factor again for a team like this that I honestly have to say, if they win the Super Bowl, you might have to, not the greatest team ever, but you might have to ask that question, are they top 20? Honestly,
top 20, that's a lot easier to swallow. I mean, how many Super Bowl champions have there been?
But you're right. This will be 50, whatever. But
Exactly.
With that being said, though,
So you're saying, all right, is this team top 40?
No,
Does
but
this team make
even
the top 40% of all Super Bowl champions?
you're right. That is too easy. Is this a top 10 team of all time if they win the Super Bowl?
No.
If the Chiefs win,
If this Eagles team wins
No,
it,
I mean,
defense,
simple as
with
this.
that
We could
offense,
go from the Steelers' reign to the Niners' reign to the Cowboys' reign, and those are different teams each year.
yeah,
I'm going to take those teams, and then the Patriots' reign. We didn't even say that.
the Raiders.
I don't.
No.
I don't follow with the Raiders, but I get that too.
I was gonna say. I was like, we
talk
got.
about what I know.
No, you're right. Okay,
I'll
I'll give you that.
Talk about what I know.
You going off what you know. That's okay.
Especially the Patriots, man. That one year where they had Randy Moss and I believe Hernandez was still on that team, and Gronk and
they hadn't
Wes
come
Welker.
yet
They
by the time.
literally had
Julian Edelman
Yeah,
too.
man.
I remember he was the MVP of that.
Wes
That's
Welker.
before Brady was kissing on his son's neck and shit.
No, he might have been doing it. I don't know what that boy doing. You like, yeah, baby. But
That boy got a sweet ass neck, boy.
just moaning on that neck. But
Come here, son.
But real talk, like,
Want a Tom Brady kiss?
I feel like
Shit, I kissed my girl for 18 seconds. We fucking.
I feel you, yeah.
saying?
That's what I'm saying.
That's
But kiss
a-
your son. What you about to do all that?
Shit. 13 seconds in, I got a handful of titty as it is.
I mean, right.
I ain't kissing nobody for 18 seconds and not whipping out.
Not when he's cuddling. Not when he's cuddling on
When
me
he's
too.
cuddling hella
Hello?
innocent. Fuck, that's nasty.
Not on the massage chair.
too.
Son, come on, son. Like
Somebody
kissing your
about to rise
neck.
up 7-8 inches.
rubbing his heels on his shin, just hella good. Come on, man, that's nasty.
Hey, give me the sunscreen. You missed the spot.
That's nasty.
Funny thing is, the spot's on my cock.
Yeah, no, this is wrong.
Poor kid. Somebody help that kid.
Your lower back is dry.
Get the masseuse. Come on.
Just a little spit shine.
Oh man.
But oh my gosh, I hate y'all. But with Chris, I feel like Chris Jones has to. I feel like he has to be on one this game if Kansas City's defense is going to step up. Because say what you want about maybe what happened in the Niners game, that's still the best offensive line in the league, especially when healthy.
It is, and that's why they're so scary, is because they got the best offensive line in the league, and probably just the best defensive line unit in the league. So with that being said, though, a lot of their success, and I feel like, and somebody brought this up today, we were talking about it at work.
Right.
I feel like with the Eagles, we might get a little bit of the, we might be getting a little bit of the Kaepernick experience, where you're introducing the RPO, and you have all these weapons around them.
Yeah.
And it's just right time, right place, and everything's rolling.
Right.
And the Niners, we all know it's a copycat league.
Yeah.
They went ahead and exposed how to slow down that RPO. I mean, I'm just saying, Miles Sanders, let's just take it before the 2-minute warning of the second quarter.
Right.
Wasn't getting much. He had a couple runs, but he wasn't getting much. Jalen Hurts was having to run out of bounds to throw that ball away.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot who A.J. Brown was for a second.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, for a second.
I feel you.
So with that being said, to say that Kansas City is not going to go ahead and be like, all right, cool, sit here and watch. I mean, it was amazing watching Nick Bosa go ahead and punch the tackle, and then follow the running back. And as soon as Jalen Hurts kept it, also
different.
still run out and get. I mean, that was beautiful.
That dude's just different.
So
that dude is
that's
just
the first time
different.
I've seen somebody do that. I know it's been done before, but that's the first time I've seen a team do that to the Eagles and a player do that to the Eagles consistently every play. You think the Chiefs aren't practicing that right now? They got 13 days to practice that one thing.
I feel you, but what?
I'm just saying, it's gonna be tough.
Scheme. There's that one of those old sayings: schemes make teams, right? And Niners have. It's a simple scheme, but what makes the simple scheme great is the Niners just got them dudes, right? That's something that
But
Kansas
it ain't that hard
City.
for us. We run nickel, cover 3.
No.
Damn near every play.
But watch this. The Niners got them dudes, right?
We do.
They got them dudes.
But we also made them dudes. We didn't.
They got enough tools to get the job done. They got Brandon Ayo, George
the
Kittle,
point.
Debo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey.
But we talking about the defense.
Talking about defense.
Though. The only matter of fact, I'm really trying to think about the only dude that we actually traded for our big free agent signing was Javarius Ward.
But
just saying.
No, but you're right. But even with that, they had something, and number one defense is number one defense. I've always said that.
Yeah.
But Kansas City, for a lot of the year, was bottom 5. And yeah, granted, I'll give them that they stepped it up towards the end of the season, but that's what true playoff teams do. Is every side of the ball is supposed to step up to this certain, all right, let's go now. It's the final few weeks. Let's ramp it up. Exactly. Like come on now. But also, they don't got those dudes that the Niners do. And that's where, if I'm an Eagles fan, I'm like, I might be licking my chops right now.
Licking my chops a little bit.
I might be licking my chops a little bit.
The key is to slow them down to 3, and I think the Chiefs could do that. If you get, I'm just telling you what, if you get 13 days game plan.
Let me just throw this in there with your scenario real quick. If they slow down Chris Jones in this hypothetical situation,
which they won't, but okay.
Yeah, but let's just say,
I just want to make sure that's out there loud and clear. I'm telling you
hypothetically, because they are the best offensive line, they can do it. If they hypothetically slow down Chris Jones, but even with 13 days, you still think without Chris Jones doing what he does, they can stop him. Chris Jones is the heart
of that defense, man.
Yeah.
So no, absolutely not. If they could find a way Many have
Right.
tried and many have failed. All have tried and all have failed.
Yeah.
With Chris Jones.
Especially this season.
Just like
yeah.
in that last game, if they found a way to make Nick Bosa, ineffective on that defensive line, they would have ran through him from the first drive, second
Right.
drive, third drive. But you can't because Chris Jones sets the table in the middle of that defense.
Mm-hmm.
When Chris Jones is effective, the linebackers are effective.
Yep.
When the linebackers are effective, the DBs are effective.
Especially with a young DB core
That's
like
it.
that, you
That's
gotta
it.
have those
I
two
forgot
levels
what's
working.
his name. Some Bolton, the middle linebacker. or
Bolton
something?
is good.
Man.
I mean, he's good. Like, man.
Shout out to Madden because I didn't know about him until who's this dude with 89 overall? And then I watched him in real life and I was like, ooh.
Nick Bolton is good.
You got a nose for the ball.
Frank Clark is also good. I feel like when he wants to ramp it up, it's like, oh,
He
okay.
can. He's situational,
He's very situational. Like I feel like Frank Clark is that guy when I need a pressure the most.
Yeah.
Most of the time he comes up with you. It's like
Kansas City does that with guys. Like
They do.
They had the guy D4.
yeah, no, D4 was good.
He was good on the Chiefs.
On the Chiefs, you're right. Yeah,
And we got him. It was like, who the fuck is this?
he was cool for that one season.
Yeah, man. He got hurt at the end and never came back.
Yeah, you're right. But
That's it.
with that, I'm with you though in which I know you talked about maybe schematically there was a reason for this. But even with that, the Niners pass rush wasn't as effective. I know we talked about it on how maybe schematically there was probably
Man, you're not about to talk bad about my Niners.
I'm not talking bad. I was about to give the Eagles credit in that, like, well, they protected Jalen Hurts just enough to where he can do the things that he's supposed to do in that game, at least down the stretch.
I know he don't drink, but did y'all give him some shots before?
What you mean?
I don't think he heard me earlier. The
Yeah,
Eagles
Diet
get
Pepsi.
zero credit for that win. It was simple. It was very simple.
That
If you
sounds
watched
like a hater right
If you
now.
know, it's not even hating. It was very simple. The Niners, when you go ahead and you rush a guy who could run a 4.4 40, it opens up lanes. And especially because the Niners were trying to be more aggressive and actually send a couple blitzes, that means you have less guys in the secondary, which means there's likely for him to break a big play. So, with that being
That's why I
said,
said, like,
if I
I know there was
can
schematics.
basically
Maybe there was
if I can
schematics.
make Miles Sanders get 2 to 3 yards on per rush,
Yeah.
which they did earlier on in that game,
Yeah.
and make it so Jalen Hurts has to run out of bounds or throw the ball away, that is better than allowing him to go ahead and take off and rush. Especially early in the game, we didn't have to. We didn't have to be aggressive and allow him to run. So you can call it schematics
bad.
all you want. I'll call it great defense. So the goal is not to put that pass rush on them. Now, where I will give credit is that the Eagles' offensive line, is absolutely great. It's the best in the league, the best unit in the league. So that will go ahead and hold to it. But you can tell they weren't going after Jalen Hurts like that. And you go back and watch film, Nick Bosa and all the guys, they go ahead and they fucking push them in their chest and they get them to QB depth. Once they get to QB depth, all they do is push them to the quarterback. They're not trying to shed because as soon as you shed, there's a lane open. So that whole thing, they were coached and coached well, and that worked. And Kansas City, schematically, will attempt to do something very similar. And if they do something very
I
similar,
feel like
those
they're gonna
linebackers,
get dog walked if they try to do that.
well, the thing is, hold them to 3 because guess what? If I hold them to 3,
Yeah.
all right, Mahomes should probably score a touchdown every 2 or 3 possessions.
Yeah.
If I could hold them to 3, if I could do that enough and let them just eat me down the field and eat me good down the field.
I was gonna say, like, you ain't call that out.
Nah, you didn't.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
all the things you call out, you didn't call
Joe,
that out.
Hey, Joe, you ever had your salad tossed?
Huh? Hell no.
Nah.
Hell no.
I'll tell you what, man. Khari might have to surprise and delight you one of these days.
Maybe for your
promise?
birthday. Maybe for your birthday.
Come on, baby.
One time and one time only, but it was a great surprise.
Just get
It was
some
a great
jelly.
surprise.
Just get some jelly, and I got you.
But either way, if they could go ahead and make them earn every single yard down the field, because you know that you can't stop them.
Right.
You know that it's extremely hard to stop them.
Talking about
And force
stop Kansas
stop
City.
the Eagles. Stop the Eagles.
Stop the Eagles. Okay.
And make them kick 3. And to
Right.
be honest with you, with the Eagles defense, as great as it is, we're talking about the best quarterback in the game, just like we were talking about Brady for a long time, the best quarterback in the game.
Right.
With a great tight end and Gronk. This is
Right.
very similar, but even better. and with a great offensive mind. And mind you, Belichick is not a great offensive mind.
Oh no.
And McDaniels is decent, but they ain't nowhere near Bieniemy and Andy Reid.
Nah, especially them together. Like, no.
If I'm the Eagles defense, I might be sweating a little bit. I'm just saying.
No, I'm not.
Because these guys are so balanced.
Right.
You can't just do what you normally do.
In which I feel you on that. In the fact that this is like the first Kansas City team under Mahomes that you're like, dang, they're running the ball. And not only are they running the ball, crap, they're actually good at running the ball.
Oh, man, to add on what you said, man, when Mahomes got hurt and they put that game on the O-line, it was like, hey, man, we're going to run this ball.
Right.
And that O-line,
and they did.
Man, destroyed Jacksonville. I mean, and Jacksonville got a good D-line.
It's good enough.
It's decent. It's pretty damn good.
It has to build up, but it's good enough. It's good enough. Yeah. It's good enough.
It's in the top third of the league.
And it's playoff football. So I mean, like you gotta give credit where credit is due.
Yeah. I would just say front seven. They got a good front seven.
Yeah. So I mean, with that though, I feel like if Kansas City, to your point, and Andrew, I want to get your perspective on this. Do you think because we saw the Eagles sort of, kind of. Granted, we knew that we knew last week that they had to run the ball, but even so, I feel like more than the average team, they slowed down the running game better than the average team last week, right? So, with that being said, you would think if you're an Eagles fan, they could slow down / stop Kansas City's rushing attack if it comes to Mahomes dropping back 40 times against that pass rush. Do you still feel comfortable with Kansas City potentially coming out as the champ?
I think just given what they've seen with the Eagles, I think, like you said, they are going to try and, like, predict that. But also, it's like the Eagles aren't dumb either.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, they're going to probably try and counter us. So we got to think of a way to kind of counter their counter.
Right.
Because it's like chess. It's just like, oh, you got to be 5 moves ahead of the other person.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, but also, we don't know, to my knowledge, how healthy Mahomes is. But like you said, he's going to have time to rest and get better. But also, it's like, it'd be a fresh off of injury, so it's still not going to be super 100%.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Well, Andrew, you're a fellow Niner fan, right?
Yeah, I like
You don't stop talking about the Niners?
And you remember when Debo...
Kansas
got
City
hurt?
and the Eagles.
I do remember when Debo got hurt.
And Debo had the same injury as Patrick Mahomes. And Debo was ready in 3 weeks. And did he not look great in that wild card game?
He did look good.
So,
I'm not gonna lie.
Super Bowl Sunday would make 3 weeks from Mahomes' injury. Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, you will take a little bit off of that because he played. But also, he sat around and probably did a whole lot of nothing other than rehab prior to that game.
I think he said that's exactly what he did.
So, with that being said, I'm assuming, and nobody, like we said in football, nobody's 100% at the end of the season.
No one
but
is.
As far as his capability, he probably will be about 80 to 90%, somewhere in between of where he can fully be.
Right.
As far as his capabilities.
Right.
So, with the healthy, I mean, and to me, if you come in 80, 90%, you're
healthy.
You are at the end stretch. This is the final game.
Yeah.
You got to play the Super Bowl.
And Mahomes, here's the thing that we also talked about, that you and I talked about last week. Mahomes is paid. That's a $500 million man.
Yeah.
He's paid. He's putting it out all on the line. His injury, unless he re-aggravates it, his injury would not have anything to do with this game. It should not be used as an excuse.
He was still in the first game too for a bit, and then he had to he's hungry. He wants that win,
right?
Which I respect,
right? And which the counter to that though, Jalen Hurts. I know he has a shoulder issue, in which some people say like that could be a reason why maybe he wasn't during these playoffs looking as Jalen Hurtsy as maybe he did during the regular season. That's still a couple weeks for him to just, hey, you don't gotta throw the ball as much. We're just gonna go through walkthroughs, talking about the game plan more than anything.
And what happened to common sense, man? Because if I had a quarterback who's not 100%, his shoulder's hurt.
Exactly.
And my team can win without him being 100%.
without him
then
throwing
why
the
am I
ball
even gonna
30
make
times.
him? Why am I even gonna put him in jeopardy? Like honestly, even when he was running on the Niners, I was just
Exactly.
like, why are they really still running him right now?
I
Like
feel
they're
you.
gonna win this game.
Right, I feel
We
you.
don't have
You
a
gotta
quarterback.
You gotta trust your team. It's like, 'cause it's
Yeah.
like he can't like make any risky plays. Like, isn't that what happened to like Kyler Murray? He just kept like, he's just
Yeah.
like, I could do this myself.
Kyler Murray's boo boo.
And it's just
Dang.
like, like you have your team to be there.
Yeah.
Like you gotta trust in your team to make those catches, to make those runs.
Yeah.
You can't just start doing it yourself. Like Patrick Mahomes, he knows when to do. Like if he knows like he can run it and then just dive, he'll do it.
The Eagles could have punched the ball on first down for the rest of the second half, and the Niners still wouldn't have won that game.
But they basically did that all fourth quarter.
Damn near, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
and which we talked about this.
Which I agree. Run the score up in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Run it up.
Right.
Make it as much comfortable
Exactly.
as you can. I agree.
We talked about this too. How the Eagles are one of the two teams that offensively this year can do whatever they want in the basic sense of if you want to make this a shootout, make it 40 plus passes a game. I got you. We can do that. Or if you want to, hey, you know what? We're up by, or you know what? I just feel like running the ball all this drive. Literally no passes this drive. I'm going to do that and still score a touchdown, and there is nothing you can do about it.
I tell you what, I agree, but I think the pressure is really going to settle in and make it really tough for these Eagles. Because if you look at it, yes, they've won a Super Bowl recently. Kansas City's won a Super Bowl even more recent than that. Kansas City's got more guys on the roster that have won a Super Bowl than Philadelphia has. Jalen Hurts, as great as he has been this year,
Right.
and he's been improving each year,
He has been.
has yet to win a championship game other than potentially high school, which I don't know. Didn't win it in college.
He technically won at Alabama.
Nah,
technically-
Tua stepped in
Yeah, so he technically
and won the
that.
game.
He technically
just
won that.
just like, I mean, technically Jimmy Garoppolo got the win for the start against the Dolphins, even though he got hurt in the first quarter.
Technically.
But technically don't matter.
He
Then he goes to
technically has two
Oklahoma.
Super Bowl rings.
Then he goes to there you go. Then he goes to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Mind you, Oklahoma was a much inferior,
Vastly
playoff
improved,
team.
though.
Yeah, and it did great, but when it came to the playoffs or to the college football playoffs, stunk it up a little bit. He did the best that he could. He did, and he couldn't put the team completely on his back to will them to win. Did a good job. When you look at his stat line, actually not that bad, but just didn't get the dub.
Right.
So to put him against a juggernaut like the Chiefs, I mean, I'm just saying, there's a lot of pressure on that offense and on his weight to get that championship, man, and be I'm the reason why we won.
But the funny thing about the Eagles, though, is like you guys said about trust your team.
Yep.
I feel like that's what they were doing in the playoffs. The fact that
Yeah.
they were molly-whopping people. I mean, the first
And
team
that's-
since 85
And
Bears.
that's the key. 'Cause,
All right.
like, that's what happened with the Niners and the Cowboys. Sorry.
No, you could.
But it's like with the Niners and the
good.
Cowboys, it's like before
Oh,
they
that was
were
a great game.
But it's like they were just doing like they were playing like Purdy was playing a little conservatively because like he was just afraid to take those risks against the Dallas defense. But once he started opening up and started making more passes instead of trying to just do runs because they knew it's like, dang, like they're gonna just try and converge on the passes. But it's like then they started to get back to like, how did you get to the playoffs in the first place? You did those passes. You found your targets.
Yeah.
And it's just like you can't let that fear like trying to play conservatively. That's why it's like with the
Ooh.
that's like it's like
I
with the
agree.
Eagles.
That's a great point.
It's
Yeah.
like you just like how did you get to the playoffs? How did you mollywop all these teams? It's
Right.
like you know what you did. And it's like that's what you need to trust in instead of like, okay, I need to try and play differently in order because like sometimes differently it's just like they're gonna put you in a hole. They're gonna put you against a wall. That's what the Broncos were or that's what the Cowboys were doing with the Niners before, because that's why Robbie Gould was stepping up, making those field goals, and it's like that was the smart thing to do. It's like sometimes, if like, because of course the Cowboys were just playing on fourth downs all the time. It's like sometimes you just gotta
Yeah.
sometimes you just gotta. It's like a war of attrition. You just
That's
gotta.
what happens when you trash.
It's like you just gotta keep playing through, and it's like
Right.
Usually, like this is like if anything now more than ever, this is the time to use your kickers. This is the time to just like, all right, I can get the 3 because being down by this much is a lot better than being down by 0.
Right.
Because then it's like it all adds up in the end, and it's like you can try for the safety and like do fumbles and stuff. Because like there was a lot of fumbles last game with Purdy and stuff. So it's like
Well, that actually brings up an excellent point real quick that I want to touch
No,
on.
no.
is
Go. You good.
Momentum.
Yeah.
Momentum plays a big factor. And
Especially
for me,
with
check
these
this
two
out.
teams,
Now,
yeah.
Philly is coming off of 2 blowout wins. I know they feel good about themselves, but they ain't been hitting the mouth yet this playoffs. They have not.
I think that's the scary part, though.
And
Yeah.
not for me, it's not scary at all. It's not, because you played a team in the Giants, and they were good enough to make the playoffs. Hats off to them, because they actually were a pretty good squad this year. But the Giants were way inferior every single level than the Eagles. So I am not surprised they completely mollywopped the Giants.
Outside of Barkley, they had no advantage.
Yeah, that was it. Exactly.
Yeah.
So not surprised.
Yeah.
And you did what you're supposed to do. Like when the Niners were winning this year, I wasn't just beating my chest like, oh yeah, we're great. No, we did what we were supposed to do. The team was inferior. We beat them. You don't get extra credit for if you beat a team by 40 points. You get extra credit, you know. If you ain't beating them by 40 points, and I'm just throwing it out there, it's a random number.
No,
you're not getting extra credit.
I get you.
You did what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Against the Niners, the Eagles did what they were supposed to do.
I feel you.
They were playing a team that couldn't move the ball on offense. They did what they exactly were supposed to do. The Chiefs, however, they took a punch from Jacksonville. There was no way they was going to lose that game, but they took a punch, and then they took some controversial punches, but they took some punches against the Bengals as well.
Yeah.
They took some punches against the Bengals as well.
Yeah.
And you have to fight, and you have to get through that. How will the Eagles respond if they go down trailing in this game?
I think, and that is honestly a great point, because you do have to ask that is when a team that's been, and let's be honest, they've been doing this to most opponents all year long. It's just, we're going to get up. And when we do get up, that pass rush is going to do what it does. A top 3 pass. Only the mid-80 Bears have more sacks than this Eagles team. That is scary stupid.
But you know what else is scary?
Stupid.
You know what else is scary?
And then we're going to run the ball.
They're going against the second best offensive line unit in the
Pass
NFL.
protection-wise, yeah, honestly.
So what are you going to do when that's not working as much as it usually does?
But we've talked about this before in the past. Normally, a great pass rush nullifies a great offensive line. Normally. Now we have seen,
not always against the best quarterback in the NFL.
But with an injured quarterback, potentially injured quarterback, that's where it becomes like,
it does. It's an interesting topic. It is very interesting.
It is.
I think Mahomes is going to be just fine.
You think he's going to be?
They got to hold that.
He won't be normal. To expect him to be normal, I think you're retarded. If he's normal, I mean, he's a fucking superhuman. But
right.
You know, I'm just saying.
If they have to, and to your point, if they make him have to scramble, flush out the pocket,
I'm gonna tell you this right now.
I think it's done.
Stone cold right here.
Stone cold.
Mahomes will run for more than 30 yards in this game.
Woo! Really?
Because he has to.
Oh, you're saying like out of like pressure. It's like
it would just get to the point to where I don't think the Eagles are expecting him to run. And he's just like, you know what? Hurt ankle and all, them 15 yards, we need it right now.
Right. That's what he did last game.
And he's just going to flop and boom, just, do one of them ugly boom, boom, flops. That's it, because he can't even slide. Even slide.
Right, for real.
Yeah.
Andrew, what you think, though? This great Eagles pass rush versus Mahomes, because to me that's the storyline, is can that elite
Everett is right. Mahomes will have to run it, because they're like, he's not gonna do it. And it's like, he's like, oh, you bet. You think I won't? But it's like, he's also come out of like those situations before, like you've seen it, where it's like he does like the fake, and then it's just like he's about to fall, and then he just flicks a dot,
something stupid.
He just flicks a dot right at the end. So it's like he knows how to work. He knows how to work that field.
Yeah, I feel you.
So he would do it with one leg if you let him.
He's about to. Like he freaking was like gimping around, and it's like
right,
because that's what they need to like. Just because like, oh yeah, he got hurt the past 2 games. You can't count Mahomes out. He's that.
You're right.
He's that guy.
You're right.
So it's like
you're totally right,
because he knows how to maneuver around the field, and his team knows, because they like, especially with Kelsey, they know the chemistry. If they know like he can't get there, then they get there for him.
Right.
Like, oh, you can't go this far, then I'm gonna like dart right over here, so that way we can get the ball.
Perfect
going.
scramble drill. Textbook scramble drill.
Yeah, that's just what makes Mahomes different. Like
right.
there's like I'm trying to think like there's guys that we could go ahead and compare to, in the NFL and past. Well, this guy was like this guy,
right?
Right now they're doing the whole thing with Joe Burrow and Tom Brady. And I didn't like it at first, but now
I think he's more Peyton Manning.
I'm kind of starting to like it a little bit, a little bit more and more the more I see him play.
Right.
I don't know who I could compare Mahomes to. He's just, I think he's the first of his kind. To just a guy who throws the ball so effortlessly.
He's low key perfect
from any angle. And can literally do everything. I mean, he's not the fastest guy in the world, but he's far from the slowest.
But he's far from the slowest.
He's got that acceleration just to get past the D line and run past maybe a couple linebackers.
Russell Wilson in his prime.
I mean, he's
Wilson
quadrupled Russell Wilson in
but
his
with
prime.
a better arm though.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like because Russell Wilson was never afraid to run the ball. He's not afraid to take some hits, just like Mahomes is. But this was like obviously before what happened to Russell Wilson.
Russ is also getting older right now, and it naturally occurs.
In his prime with the Seahawks,
I feel you. What a not so great
comparison.
Head coach and everything. So, and that has a lot to do with everything.
But even with Russell though, when I saw Russell Wilson scramble, I'm like, that literally looks like Fran Tarkenton. Like the way he scrambles, and if you were to put them side to side, I'm like, he scrambles like Fran Tarkenton. Yeah. And he even throws deep dots and all. But Mahomes, to your point, and which I feel you on the comparison, that's the closest person we probably could compare him to.
Like someone who can square up against the team and not just like flop.
Right.
Because like he's not afraid to get in there and take.
Also, what I'd like to add to that too, typically most teams make the mistake, and I don't hate on them because I mean, at the end of the day, the NFL is a business.
It is,
and you got to fill those stands. But most teams make the mistake to pay the superstar quarterback. When they pay the superstar quarterback, you don't have enough weapons around them and everything, and the team falls.
It's like we put all
Kansas City said we're giving you $500 million.
They broke that rule,
and we're still gonna make it to the Super Bowl.
At least he can back it up because it's like we poured all this money into you.
I'm just saying. When I saw we don't see 10-year NFL deals.
We don't. I think he broke. I mean he was the first $200 million man in NFL history, and that was the one that you're like, yeah. Like when Khari got it, I think it's a similar situation where it's like, we haven't seen anything like that before. But we also haven't seen a pass rush like this in our lifetimes.
And he's playoff material, clearly. So it's like, they're like, oh, good.
The pass rush is also, the numbers are a little bit skewed as well.
Ooh, why you say that?
Well, as time has gone on, it used to be a run-first league. So what the Bears did was way more impressive. Not to say that with the Eagles, not to take any credit away, but it's a pass-first lead. And on top of that, you don't have a lot of, I put it like this, they allow the offensive line, the offensive line is the only part on the team, the only part of the offense that
talking about the Eagles.
Just in general, as far as when it comes to rules, the offensive line is the only offensive position that don't get any love and get protected at all.
That's very true.
With running backs, now you can't hit them in the head as well unless they're an active runner and they see it coming. Wide receivers, you can't. Quarterbacks, you can't. The O-line, what rules you got for them? Matter of fact, they're taking them away. Now, they can't even chop block anybody.
Yeah.
So it's getting harder and harder to pass protect every single year, and you're throwing the ball more every single year. Eagles are still great. Best pass rush in the league this year. But we're like, oh, this is the best we've ever seen. Yeah, I get it, but it's also it's the best we've ever seen because that's what the NFL wants us to see right now.
But at the same time, there's certain stats that you're like, I don't care who you played against. I don't care what era.
70 is impressive.
70 is 70.
70
like, just like 2,000 yards is 2,000.
Just like 300 threes in a year. 300 plus threes and be like, what?
There's certain stats that you're just like, I don't care. If it was that easy, even in this era, how come nobody else has done it?
They were just the first one to do it in this era. And they won't be the last.
That's a bold. Ooh.
It just won't. I mean, we'll see over the next 5 years. You'll get a team that gets really close or surpasses it.
I think the closest team will be like maybe 60.
We'll see.
Maybe.
And just imagine, because we know, and I know you want me to stop bringing up my team, but I will not refuse. Just imagine if the Niners were able to draft another defensive stud on the defensive line. Now you're adding on to Nick Bosa. They already got Drake Jackson over there, and you just continue to add on.
But that
say it's quite possible. And as much as they're throwing the ball now, ratings are going up. People love it. There's more points. We might even see more. More as far as pass tendency plays versus rushing.
I think because of the short pass era that we're in right now, I think that's where we have to give them their due. Because you would think when a team is getting 6+ sacks, which they were on a hot streak of getting 6+ sacks a game. You think you would be like, you know what? Let's just, but you still, it's like, oh crap.
There is a simple ingredient to this.
Yeah.
And the simple ingredient, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that their offense was good enough to run up the points to where you cannot sit back and
100%. 100%.
And that will end also when Jalen Hurts gets his contract. Because you're not going to be able to continue to pay 5 stud offensive linemen, 2 really good receivers, a really good tight end. We already know Miles Sanders, unless he's willing to take a pay cut, is going to be gone.
Yeah.
Because you can't. So that point production, unless you're Patrick Mahomes, is going to go down.
Yeah, he's the only dude.
So when that goes down, everything else will go down. But if there's another team out there that's watching and saying, you know what? Look, there's a couple teams out there that didn't necessarily build around a quarterback making $50 million a year. We could get a rookie quarterback, or we could get an average quarterback and just build up on this defense and go get them. A team, I'll tell you what, there is a team out there that this will be the next team to do it.
Yeah.
If they're going to do it. If there's going to be any team, it will be the LA Chargers if they can stay healthy. Khalil Mack still got a couple good years left.
I feel you.
With Joey Bosa, with Sebastian Joseph Day. Let them get one more piece on that D-line or in that front 7.
I feel you.
Let them get one more piece along with Herbert. Let them get an offensive piece. Keenan Allen can't stay healthy. Mike Williams can't. Let them get. And matter of fact, even without those guys playing, Herbert was still running stuff up.
Yeah, he was.
Let them get rid of Staley's old ass. Young ass with his old fucking football mentality.
For real, yeah.
And let them get a young guy who knows how to. And they fired the offensive coordinator.
They got Kellen Moore
Staley,
12 hours later.
Yeah, I don't know if I really like that. But I guess we're going to find out.
We'll see.
I think Dallas is just cursed, though, so he might do better.
100%.
Dallas is just cursed.
That's just a fact.
We might die before Dallas wins another Super Bowl.
I think that's true. I think that's true. Yeah, honestly, I really do.
I'm not even going to lie.
I think we'll see the Lions win one before we see Cowboys win one.
I'm liking
straight up.
The Lions.
Straight up. We were saying the same thing.
But I think the same thing that I talked about earlier, how you have that coach that comes in and changes the culture and gets them winning again.
That's Dan Campbell.
I don't think he's going to be the guy to take them. I think
you think he's going to be the Mark Jackson?
Yes, sir. He's going to be the Mark Jackson. He's going to be the Mike Singletary.
He's
that dude. Because eventually, once you get over that hump of we don't suck anymore,
right?
It's like, can we win playoff games? Now you can't win playoff games. Now you got the pressure. Now you got to pay, Hutchinson. Now you got to pay potentially either Goff again or another quarterback. Now you got to pay St. Brown.
Right.
Now you got to pay. They got rid of Hawkinson, so that's
Hawkins. Yeah, he's on the Vikings.
Exactly.
I don't know, what did they give up for Hawkinson?
I think they got a second. I think they got a second round pick,
which was absolutely stupid. Hawkinson.
I think a second and a fourth, if I'm not mistaken.
Hawkinson to me.
That won my fantasy league.
Hawkinson is a top 5 tight end in the league.
I think this year in particular, he was top 3.
Though, he's been.
For the Jags are scary.
I'm a man of consistency.
I'm here with you on that.
So pissed Mark Andrews got hurt.
There's a lot of guys who've gone off for 1 year.
Yeah.
Just you ever gone to a place, pizza place or got tacos somewhere and it was good one time and you go back, you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
So,
I've some pussy like that before too.
For real though?
Hey, you was drunk.
He said, man, I'm sober now.
Hey, was you drunk or was you rolling?
I was probably drunk.
And rolling.
That'll do it.
I used to not smoke.
Oh, I wasn't talking about that.
I
was talking about some Molly.
No, hell no. I was probably drunk.
Oh man, I did that one time, man, and my brother texted me. He's like, "Hey man, just whatever you do, don't fuck on it. It will ruin sex forever." I was like, "Cool, not doing that." Not doing that. But everything else was amazing.
Now I need some stories about fucking on Molly. I want to know what that's like.
Round around my way.
Hey, you might have to try it, man. Just get. I'll tell you what. I had no intention of doing it. I'm not the one to
Kids
pop
don't do
pills or do
drugs.
drugs and none of that kind of shit. But it was my lovely lady's birthday, and I always get fucked up for her birthday. Always.
Well, I'll do it.
That's a good man, right?
Exactly. I mean,
That's a
somebody's
good
got
one
to be
right
the life of the party.
There
You
you
know,
go.
ain't nobody hyping you up like me. I'm setting the tone, right? So I get us we're in we live in South San Jose, so I got us a hotel room at Juniper Hotel, which is a spinoff from a Hilton. It's a Hilton, but they're their own. And I got us a nice suite. It was about like 800 square feet. It had a separate living room, big old,
San Jose?
bedroom. Cupertino.
Oh,
Big old bed with a couch on the inside the corner. And then it had the big ass jacuzzi tub and shower stall, that kind of shit, right? Hey. So basically we go to Benihana's and I invite like, I'm going to say about 2 or 3 other couples, and they come. We enjoy ourselves at Benihana's, right? And then we go to the room, start pre-gaming. I had a handle of vodka, handle of tequila. And back then, we're not buying no expensive shit, drinking cheap shit that burns, but that shit's going down.
that shit will get you where you need
now
to be.
Now we're drunk,
Yeah.
and somehow
That's
it comes
my
down
old car.
to, hey, it's happy hour, but we're already fucked up.
Oh no.
So then we go downstairs. And we all sit down at the table. We're ordering fucking $5 drinks and shit.
Scared for this
Laughing,
man's life.
being loud as shit. I get introduced to Moscow Mules. Now I'm like, fuck. Now I'm drinking vodka, tequila. All right, now I'm drinking a fucking Moscow Mule. All right, fucking more vodka. Bring that shit down.
That
Tasting
sounds
shit
sick.
it was great.
It's good,
It's
though.
bro. It's just vodka and ginger beer.
No,
with a
I
splash
mean
of
like
lime.
how you feel after all.
Oh
that.
That
man,
ginger beer is
and I forget.
That's why I stopped
He's
drinking
like,
vodka,
well-
though. Vodka would give me a headache.
Nah, now
Oh,
you gotta
yeah.
drink that Grey Goose, man. It don't do the same. It's a lot
I used
smoother.
to, you know what? It's my fault. I used to hella be into Ciroc,
Ooh.
right? Like,
Yeah, like I was thinking, they got all those flavors. And
yeah,
stuff.
and they were good. It's not bad,
Yeah.
but yeah, it would just. I think I wouldn't get a headache. Vodka would make me sick. Like I'd yak when I drink vodka.
Right.
When I drink tequila, I'm cool. I
Yeah.
can handle tequila like a fucking.
I'm not gonna
champ.
lie. For me, it's if I drink too much whiskey, then it gets me sick, and then
I
I
stay
get
away
the
from
I
the
get the
dark stuff.
hangover. I get the hangover. But yeah, so we drinking, we having a good time, and then homeboy decides to roll up. So we all puff pass, take a few, get up to the room, we're chilling. Next thing you know, I ain't saying no names. Pulls out a bag. It's like, yo, Ev, try this. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I don't do that. Yo, try this. And I'm so fucking high and drunk to this point. Fuck it. I have one. So I pop one, right? Chilling, partying. Everybody's having a good time.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that for me, time goes by slow when I'm rolling.
Ah.
So in my head, shit ain't kicked in yet. Give me another one.
Oh my gosh.
Took another one, and I remember the Laker game was on. I'm sitting down, I'm watching it. I'm like, bro, this is the longest fucking basketball game I've ever watched in my life. And then next thing you know, I fucking just passed out. Gone. And when I woke up, fucking, that shit must have been cut with some acid or some shit too in there. But just seeing all kind of colors and shit.
Oh,
and just
my
every
gosh.
single movement. I remember people like touching my head and my face, and everything just felt like fucking orgasms.
Oh my god.
It was absolutely amazing. It was so amazing.
He said, "Don't get twisted." It was amazing.
I remember walking into the bathroom and just looking at myself, like, just smiling.
my
But
God.
smiling the hardest I've ever smiled for no fucking reason at all. Nothing was even funny. Oh, man. And then, yeah, it was a great night. It was a great night. Couldn't really feel anything, and anything that I felt was absolutely just, it was pure ecstasy.
That sounds fantastic.
I want to try
It was pure ecstasy.
Kids don't do drugs though.
Don't do
There's
drugs.
something about the hotel rooms that be getting you brave though.
That be giving you what?
That be getting you brave.
Oh, yeah.
Bro,
And then I had,
like,
it,
I'm a
I had it for
grown-up.
3 nights, so I was like, this
Oh,
is night
shit.
one.
Oh, there you
we
go.
good.
You done.
We good.
my 21st birthday, right? My girl got me this suite. I don't know if it was like the penthouse one, but it might have been because they were on the top floor.
Probably.
Right.
I think it was the top floor. I don't, as you'll find, I don't remember much from that night.
Good,
But
dude.
That's how fucked up he was. Didn't even know what floor
it was in
It's on the
San
ground
Francisco.
floor.
It was Park 55.
Okay, yeah.
Right? That's where we were at. Never in my life have I been in a suite. Right?
Really?
I don't come from money. Right? When we go on vacation, my family,
Yeah.
it's like, whatever.
They're basic. That's how I grew up, too.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
Yep.
come from humble beginnings. So
You
that was
asked for the
first time.
upgrades.
Yeah.
You don't buy them. You ask for them.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and so, you know, I'm all like tripping, you know, I'm all getting choked up and shit. You know, I'm hella happy. I'm in a suite, right?
Right.
Big ass room. Josh was there. He remembers.
Mm-hmm.
Josh came. Daniel Mitchell came. Mike came.
Dang.
Right. Vince was there.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Damn, you had the whole gang.
Oh, the gang was
I know
there.
you said Mike. I was like, oh damn, I ain't heard that name in a
Bro,
long
we
time.
got we got Michael Keegan Keel out to fucking
For real.
right. And yeah, like we start, you know, drinking. We go to the, but we were supposed to go to a club, like a real club, right? I was 21.
Yeah.
And then my boy brings his girl who was 20. So we had to go to City Nights,
Yeah.
which I had never been there, so it wasn't shit to
so
me.
you were cool.
I was cool, bro.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
want to go to a club. I hate going to clubs.
I
Yeah, I'm
feel
not
you.
a club person.
I hate it. I didn't want to go.
Right.
More of
Right?
a lounge type.
But I know that
It's
my
too
girl
loud.
wanted to go. Yeah. I know my girl wanted to go, and I'm like, bro, she just cashed out for this. I'm gonna do whatever she wants. Like,
Exactly.
I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Bro, we go to the City Nights. Bro, like, mind you, I'm 21, okay? Fresh 21. I'm off like 3 or 4 AMFs, bro.
Ooh.
Just tossing them back like ain't shit going on, right?
Right.
That's why I like the song. What's that song? Oh my god. It's Ayo by Chris Brown and
Okay.
Tiger.
Oh,
That song will always
goodness.
remind me because it came out around my birthday.
Oh, I mean,
that was
okay.
all they were playing in the club that night.
Oh, my
Every time I hear that, I
gosh.
just think about AMF.
Yeah.
Just, whoop, just tossing back, bro. I was so fucked up. I remember we got back into the elevator to go up to the room, and there was this bald white dude. I look at him and I go, Mr. Worldwide.
You stupid.
And he's just like, what the fuck? Bro, like, I was tripping. Like, we were so fucking drunk.
Oh
and I
my
remember,
gosh.
like, me and my boy, too, the one that brought the
20-year-old?
Yeah, the 20-year-old.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we were, like, hugging or something, and then we fell on the floor. We're just rolling around. And, like, security came up, and they're like, yeah, we got reporters, y'all fighting up here. I'm like, man, nobody fight. But like, we were not supposed to have that many people in that room. And he was like trying to peek into the room. Like, hell no.
Right.
Bro, I got fucked up. I kept it together though. I didn't yak, bro. I think I've only yacked maybe like 4 times in my life.
Well, it's because you ain't never had alcohol poisoning, man. You ain't partied if you ain't had alcohol poisoning.
I came close. I think I came close one time. Recently, actually. Cause I was hella sick the next day. Like, bro, like the feeling of being drunk didn't go away the whole next day.
Oh,
man.
wow.
Man, I did that for my boy's 21st when I was in Texas. I flew back down to Long Beach and we partied it up. And I remember we were just doing stupid shit, man. And we get to the point where we're smoking and drinking, and now we're hungry because 4 o'clock in the morning came, and the only thing that's open that's nearby is Carl's Jr. It was just one of those things like, hey, bro.
Yeah, why is Carl?
You sober?
I know.
I was a Jack in the Box.
I said that was nearby.
Oh,
Okay. And we were just like, hey, man, you sober? Hey, yo,
Why are you
Chris,
in Carl's?
you the alcoholic, so you drive. So we fucking just rolled over there, man, and fucking mashed on some nasty-ass fucking fast food and went to sleep, woke up, didn't know I was drunk until I went out to the store. I'm trying to grab shit and I'm fucking stumbling.
Oh
and
my
everything.
gosh.
Bro, I'm still drunk. What the fuck? Like, you just expect when
Right.
you go to sleep and wake up, it's a new day.
Yeah.
I'm not drunk anymore.
Yeah. It goes away.
Yeah.
No, dude, this time I'm telling you, this was in May, I think, last year.
Was it Cinco de Mayo?
No, we went.
Dang.
Yeah, where's Isaac? No, we went to a Giants game, right? And one of the offices that I work at, we have a clinic. It's like it's in the South Park area, so it's right by you can actually see Oracle Park, right? And so my girl and her friend and her boyfriend and her other friend and boyfriend were gonna meet me there. Cause I'm like, where the fuck am I gonna go home if I'm already here, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So, and I hadn't eaten that day. Like, it was just a long ass day. But I was sitting there waiting, you know, and whatever. Get to the game immediately. You know, we start drinking, and I'm cool. Like, I have a cool little buzz going, right? And then like the night was still young, so we all came here, right? And we start throwing, back drinks, and we start drinking, and then like I remember one of the boyfriends was took over the speakers. He put on that 97 demo. right?
Ah, the classic.
It's a classic, right? It's an album I got with Vince, right?
Oh, okay.
Bro, you know I started feeling myself. I started drinking
Of
more.
course.
Did a whole ass thing, right?
Of course.
Bro, I was like, I remember like I like wobbled my way into the room.
Oh my
to see, like it
goodness.
felt normal though,
Right.
right? But yeah, I woke up the next morning and like I almost fell over. I'm like, I'm still like actively like peak drunk,
Oh man.
right? I'm like, fuck. So I'm like, whatever, bro. Like my stomach hella hurt. Like it was hella like just like nasty. I'm like, bro, like, I need some in my stomach. And I had just gone to Costco, so I had like those muffins, that chocolate muffin.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Just eat one hella quick. Drink a bottle of I have liquid IV, right? And then we get in the car and we go to my mom's house, right, to go pick up my kid. I'm like, oh, fuck, I just don't feel it. So I go in the bathroom. I start yakking the whole muffin came. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Man. My head was just like splitting, and I just was like not feeling good. Like,
Right.
I was looking all gray and shit. Like, bro, something's not right. I ain't never been like this before.
Dang.
Right? Or whatever. I told her, you know what? You should drive. I don't know if I can drive. I was just asleep, like laying in the back. I was hella hungry though, but like everything I would eat, like it just come right out. You know, I'm like, bro, I'm legit sick. Like, what the fuck is going on here?
Right.
Right. Like, I felt like I had like a fever and shit. Like, I was tripping.
Oh, dang.
I was tripping. I'm like, what the hell was I drinking, dude?
Sound like you was pretty close to getting it.
Yeah, I was pretty close. Yeah, and then like just as the day went on, like we went to the movies to take the kid to go see. I fucking remember, some shit. But
It was for free.
Well, that
So
was a good
hey.
movie.
yeah, I don't remember what the fuck we went to go see.
Some shit.
Yeah, we saw some shit. And like during the movie, and this is already like evening now, like it's like 5, 6
Oh
o'clock.
my gosh.
I'm
Yeah.
barely starting to like, all right,
It's kind of coming down.
yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, kind of. I was able to munch on some popcorn, and you know, like it's
Right.
cause like, you know, just plain shit.
Right.
My stomach tolerated it, but I was like, yeah, bro, I think I was pretty close that day,
Yeah.
because I was just not stopping though, like just chugging.
Man, so actually the night I had alcohol poisoning, which I found out later on the next day when I finally went to the hospital, was in the Regal days.
Damn.
Best days ever, right?
Oh man, those were some
come
good
on.
days.
Those were the
And,
days,
I
man.
remember with Ben and Mikey,
Yeah.
and they threw a party.
Those guys are fucking crazy.
Dude,
Yeah, I
Mikey
was gonna
Nishi is
say,
Oh,
like,
that's,
dude,
those
he
are my,
was
those are my
reckless.
guys, man. Those are my guys, and
the Castro
man,
Valley
Cool
kids.
kids. Yep.
Oh man, and so I remember I don't think I had a closing shift, but I had like a 10 o'clock shift.
Yeah.
But the party started like 7, 8, and I didn't eat nothing that whole damn shift.
You didn't need it.
So
You're
I
2
was
to 10.
hungry. And so I think the only thing I really
For
snacked
real?
on was probably like some buttered popcorn or whatever. I probably left my lunch at home, some stupid ass shit.
Probably.
And I'm
Right.
going to the party. So I get to the party. I'm playing beer pong. I'm going against my good friend Tom Wang. And we're going back and forth. So I'm drinking beer. I had a vodka Sprite mix just because I didn't know anything about drinking back then. And I'm bringing that down. And I was like, okay, I'm getting a little buzz. Somebody brings over a bottle of Fireball. And I've never had Fireball at this point. Now, when you get drunk, everything tastes good. Everything is good. So imagine
Ew.
drinking cinnamon whiskey.
You get numb.
When
You
you're
don't-
drunk, you're like,
Really?
It's a Cinnabon.
this is good. Took that fifth to the fucking head.
Damn.
On an empty stomach while mixing alcohol, ready? Then shortly after that, oh man,
I know not to do that.
I fucking just blacked out.
When you mix, that's like
I heard that's
a
the number
death wish,
one.
dude. Like,
I
Like, don't
blacked
do
out.
rule.
And apparently I continued to drink that night, and then I went for another fifth of it, and I was fucking started taking that shit down like it was fucking, watermelon juice or whatever, And yeah, I just had to throw it out there. And
Black History
somebody,
Month. It is Black History Month.
somebody pulled it away from my mouth,
Yeah.
and that was it. I just remember being on the ground, people trying to put me in bed, and all that kind of shit. I just remember Ben and I, at the end of it, was Ben and I, we were fucked up just laying down on the ground in their fucking apartment. Everybody's gone. Didn't yak all night. Then that morning came, I fucking just
You probably
woke up in my fucking throw up everywhere.
Damn.
Oh my gosh.
Man, end up, I drove to Walmart, some shit, got some comment, fucking scrubbed that shit because that's their house. I felt bad for that. Apparently, I kept trying to drive home that night, but we had some good friends. They didn't let me do that shit. And
They were good people. Those
Then
were
I
good people.
I drove home literally. I was slouching in the car like this with a fucking barf bag.
Oh my
Drove home like
goodness.
that, and eventually it was just like, yo, I'm going to the hospital. Luckily, because I already had got everything out, threw up 21 times that day. I counted.
Damn.
By the time I got to the hospital, they didn't need to do the charcoal or anything. They just went ahead and hooked
Yeah,
me up with
because it's
an
like,
IV.
bro, you already threw it all up.
Exactly.
I mean, crap. Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow. Man.
Man.
I miss those Regal parties.
Oh, man.
I miss those the BJ at,
What's his name?
BJ's house in Antioch.
and then Gary's house too. That, but
I was
I still got the pictures.
Dude,
I didn't go to
dude,
that.
Scott almost freaking died. He's like, "Watch me do a front flip," and I'm like, "You're fucking drunk. Don't do it,
But I
man."
heard about all of that mess.
Oh, that was so much fun.
I remember
away
someone. It
from
was
that.
someone just
On
like
a Wednesday night too, we were stupid as shit.
It was dumb, and like someone freaking barfed on Gary's parents' stairs, and their carpeted stairs. I think it was Kimberly or something, and just yeah. But dude, Scott's girl, she was clutch. She's like, "Eat a cookie." Eat a damn cookie. He's like, I want a freaking cookie. And she's like, you're drunk. Eat a damn cookie. You need to sober up. And he's
my
like,
God.
I love you so much, babe. And I'm like, and she was just like, this is my life. I'm like, you're good.
I won't name people, but I remember cops showed up, shut it down,
Yep.
and people were trying to run. Some people were getting detained by cops. And I'm like, fuck, what are we gonna do? We're all drinking. I'm the designated driver, but I didn't plan on driving this early. I was gonna sober up before I drove home.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember walking out the door, and the officer, especially we're in high school or just barely in college at that time. And you guys have a designated driver? Like, yep. And for me, my rule of thumb is I never park right in front of the house. I always park fucking a block or two down.
I was gonna say I
walked-
parked pretty far too. Yeah, because I had to drive some people home. And
Exactly. And then I was the designated drunk driver that night.
it was just so funny. Everyone was like screaming, being all scared. And I'm just like, officer, I'm good. I got these guys. We're good.
Yep,
I'm taking them home. They're just like, all right, get out of here.
Once
And
I
I'm just-
saw the blue
I got
lights
you.
from 3 miles away, I'm out. Like, hey, I'm gonna go to 7-Eleven and y'all want and like I'm out. Like y'all tripping.
Nah, and I have people
But,
terrorizing the streets of Dublin and San Ramon.
Dude, I just miss
people
those
knocking
parties.
down trash cans,
Fiends.
pissing out of my window while I'm driving. That was a crazy
Fiends.
night.
Those were the best times. Those were the best
We
people
were stupid,
too.
man, but it was
We all
fun.
loved
It was
each
fun
other.
to be
Straight
stupid
ignorant.
for a while.
It was fun, man.
I'll still do that shit. I don't give
Those
a fuck.
freaking parties down in Antioch, dude. Like,
Kids.
oh my
I
god.
Hey,
like
let me ask
partying,
you this.
bro.
Don't do
I'm gonna
this.
flip the script a little bit.
What's up?
After you got the taste of living a sweet life, can you do a hotel room that's not a suite anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I got that good taste in my mouth, man. It's
But
hard
you know
to get
what?
it out.
It depends like where I'm at, what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Like if
Yeah,
it's like a trip,
straight
like
up.
if we're going like Disneyland, why the fuck would I cash out? I'm never gonna be in
Yeah.
that damn room.
yeah,
Right,
exactly. That
If-
makes sense.
If I'm like in Mexico or whatever, like I just went to Mexico and every time like I was gonna get a room, I cashed out on the room.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
how you
Like,
do it.
this
If
is
you're
like-
gonna be in your room,
Exactly.
I gotta enjoy my. Like the only time I don't do it be like when we go to Tahoe. There's this hotel called Mont Bleu. And I
Oh,
believe
yeah,
they-
yeah.
And they actually, and sometimes I get the suite there, but sometimes I don't. But their room, the regular room, is already big enough to where you're like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be out in the snow. I'm gonna be out on the lake and everything.
Exactly.
You know, we're all good either way. But man, I got to the point to where it ruined me. I remember a couple years back we went to Vegas. Well,
Vegas, I wouldn't be able to do a regular
we
room.
typically
You can't do a regular room
exactly.
in Vegas.
So I
You can't.
used to just do 4 stars, and I was just cool with it. And then one day, I don't know what the hell I was thinking. This before I was even making money. I was just like, man, let's stay at the Palazzo. And it's like, let's not just get a regular room at the Palazzo. Let's upgrade this shit.
Oh,
like,
you
the
crazy.
Shit was like almost $500 a night, which
Yep.
I'm used to
Exactly.
paying $500 a trip.
Exactly. Like I ain't.
So
nah.
I'm just like, damn, I'm talking about, man, we had a fucking upstairs, downstairs, we had fucking concierges, every laptop.
You
Man.
stay at the Polo Towers. We got the I forgot what the room is called, but yeah, it's upstairs, downstairs
Okay.
too. A whole ass apartment, not a condo. There's a condo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That sounds
The
nice.
bathroom was bigger than my room at home.
yeah. My go-to now is the Venetian.
Yeah, Palazzo
feel
Venetian
that.
right there.
Yeah, they're the
It's
same-
on-
it's the same
it's
shit. Yeah.
But it's a good
Same shit.
location with all the
Bro.
shopping. You can walk
Exactly.
around.
And then you
right
get the
there.
Barely
view
a
of
mall
everything.
inside of
You're
it,
just
yeah.
like, bro, like
So
I just,
nice.
It is.
I just can't. So we went in July or August this last year, and I don't even know why they give this hotel a 5-star, man. But for me,
Well, the Palazzo.
not the
Oh.
Palazzo, the hotel I stayed at.
Oh.
For me, you got to understand, I'm a family man now. I don't do all the crazy shit I used to do. Got a 1-year-old, got an 11-year-old. I was just looking for a hotel that can accommodate us. That was about 1,000 square feet. that had a full kitchen and all that kind of stuff, non-smoking. And the one that came up, some of y'all may not like it, was Trump. I was like, Trump's a 5-star hotel. Haven't been there and everything. I'm going to get a rental car anyway because we're going to go down to the Hoover Dam. We're going to drive to Arizona, all that kind of stuff. Go check out the national park. So let's go ahead and do all that kind of shit. So we go ahead and stay there, and the room was super big, but man, that shit is not no 5 stars no more.
That's what I heard.
About
I heard
3.5, man.
I heard it's not nothing like what you think it would be.
Man. It was big, and it fit exactly what we had it for, but I was just like, man, you could have changed the fucking carpet, man. It's been 20 years, bro. It's been 20
Casino
years.
carpet nasty.
It's like staying in a dinosaur.
It ain't been no 20 years, but it was just outdated.
It's probably
it was
been
cool
20
for
years.
like family.
They got the same carpet Regal
But
had.
man, I was,
Hey, those carpet tiles.
hey, that place changed, by the way. I was by there maybe about a month or so ago just to use the bathroom on the way home. And
it's.
I talked to the
it's
GM there.
upgraded.
$9 million took to renovate that entire place. I'm like, but you got rid of all the patina. You got rid of all the character.
Yeah.
Where's customer service now?
Yeah, I know, exactly.
Now they got the friggin' Lavazza coffee station, smoothie. Of course, no one's freaking there.
Yeah.
It's just for show. It's like maybe the smoothie boba
They
station.
did have a bar.
They did.
Which we were talking about for years.
Uh-huh.
I mean, even Joel as our manager couldn't make no pull for that bar.
When they got rid of that thinking like ice cream, like, oh, it's just like a little cafe with ice cream.
It wasn't
that
even
never
supposed to be a bar. It was gonna be like a fucking like Keurig for alcohol.
Oh,
yeah.
That's what it was gonna be.
Wow.
They had
Their
it, but then they got
bar.
rid of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
The smart tender.
Yeah,
they got
did the smart tender. Yes,
They got,
yes.
and then they got.
It
That's
was
why they got
short-lived.
rid of it. And they're like, oh yeah, it was just too many problems.
I think
with
like
it.
right after I
That's
left,
stupid.
like they brought it in.
It was like $3,000
Soon,
too.
like at least a few months after. Yeah.
Yeah, after I left, they
Could
finally
you
brought
order
it
a
in.
double off of the smart tender?
Yeah,
Okay, that's awesome. Because I want to do is when I go to the movie, I'm ordering a double. Last time I did that though, I fucked up though because I had a double of Henny. I was like, all right, dope. And it's a double date. We're
All
out.
these
And
hard lessons you
we're,
learn.
we're sitting down. We're sitting down and we're watching, right? And the previews are still rolling. It's like, you feel
Right.
it yet? He was like, nah, you want to go get another one? It's like, cool. So we go back and get another one. He's like, I got this round. All right,
I know
cool.
not to do that.
So I get another double. And man,
I
by the
know.
time I sat down, that shit all just fucking hit all at once. Man, rolled throughout the whole fucking movie. And I fucking drink a lot, but I was just like, damn, man, maybe
some of those tenders,
should've just waited.
some of those bartenders, they make the drink
they
pretty
pour
strong.
hard.
Because I went and
They
saw
pour
this
hard.
movie with this girl. I'm not gonna name any names. And it's like I had to sit.
Give us a
and look-
name.
And it's like 10
No, you don't
minutes
gotta
in.
do
I'm
that.
just like, what the frick? What are they doing to my drink? Like, I'm like, this is just pure alcohol.
When they spiking drinks at Regal,
I'm
now,
just like, why is it so strong? Because I'm like blinking. I'm just like,
Y'all like,
is
whoa.
it really hitting me that fast?
Yeah. Yeah. No, they do pour hard, man.
They do.
You just
Y'all
gotta go ahead and give
funny.
them a tip.
Oh, I do.
Just give them a tip.
Man,
That's it.
speaking of tip though,
What's up?
I know for speaking of tip, man, we gonna have a contest for this episode, baby. Oh, we gonna have a contest for this episode for the viewers now.
Do tell.
So, look, y'all, if you listen to this on Spotify, Apple, or whatever streaming platform that we got it on, I need y'all to do us a favor. Go to YouTube and please comment what or to the game is gonna be for the Super Bowl.
You gotta subscribe to it. If you
Oh,
just
yeah,
comment
yeah,
and you're not
thank you.
subscribed, fuck off.
Oh,
you're
yeah.
not entered.
You gotta subscribe.
Yeah,
You gotta subscribe. You gotta subscribe.
Yeah, baby.
You gotta subscribe. Leave a comment of who you think's gonna win, as well as the exact score. And you know what? If you guess correctly,
They gotta guess it, or can they be close?
no, you gotta guess exactly on
You
point.
just not trying to pay nobody.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
It's gotta be close.
You'll
No.
get to
man.
meet Khari Daniels. in
Nah.
person.
It's gotta be close. Within you
Nah.
greedy bastard.
I am greedy because I'm gonna give y'all $100 gift card.
Oh damn! You said it was 50 last time.
Oh well, you know what? Because you right. It's gotta be exact. I'm gonna give y'all $100 gift card if you
And a
guess
back rub?
exactly.
To where?
You know, I'll give you a back rub too.
And
Crap.
you gonna nibble on their neck too?
No, I'm not Tom Brady. I ain't doing all that. But you gotta subscribe and you gotta comment on the YouTube video what you think the score
What
is
if
gonna
no
be.
one gets it? Can the closest person get a $50 gift card?
Yes. How about that?
Okay.
I think that's fair.
That's fair,
I think
right?
that's fair.
That's
Within 3 points.
Now
though.
under or over?
Within 3 points total or per team?
You know what? Ooh.
I say per team.
I'd
You
say
say-
I'm trying to help out the.
You
the
say per
listener,
team?
man.
I say per
Yeah,
team.
per
I say per team.
You know what?
is-
Yeah, 3 points per team. So,
But over or under, because you could have somebody that was short 3 points and somebody that was over.
what y'all think?
would
I'm
you
gonna leave
gonna
this
do?
a group vote too. What y'all think? Over or under?
Well, if you have both, then I mean it's a draw. And they get to split it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
like
225s.
Yeah.
220
Hey, you
225.
can go to Starbucks 3 times with that.
225s.
Hey,
If they're
link that to your Delta.
So we
Delta
guess the
Sky
score-
miles. You get points every dollar you spend.
There you go.
okay.
We gonna get
I'm racking
scores
up
in right
points,
now.
man.
I'll put mine in right now.
That's exactly what we're gonna do. But just a reminder, y'all, you got to go to the YouTube page, subscribe, leave a comment who you think's gonna win,
Don't
and
forget
the
to
score.
like it too. I
Don't
mean,
forget
ain't
to
no
like
point in
it. Like
subscribing
it.
if you not gonna like
And
it.
I mean, for real. I mean, I thought that was given, but you're right. You gotta
Yeah,
remind
you
the
gotta
people.
put it-
Sometimes you gotta remind the people,
You gotta
and
like and
also
subscribe.
share this episode with at least one person, baby.
Significant
It's
other,
just one your
friend.
baby, your significant other, your I don't know, your uncle,
Your
like
aunts,
I don't
your
care,
uncles.
like somebody, just one person,
The
baby.
cool cousin who buys you stuff.
Even go to the
buys you alcohol.
cemetery and shit.
I mean, share it with your
the
dead
ghosts get
auntie,
around, man.
like
The ghosts
for
get
real.
around.
Post
I
it to your
For
work
real.
email.
Sure,
Let
sure.
everyone at the company know who you are.
From October episodes, Ghosts be digging our episodes. I mean,
they for
like,
sure do.
They sure do. I promise you.
Bro,
Comment
every-
who your favorite guest star is.
In
got one
October,
in the house right now.
every week in October, we did like like a horror theme, right? So we did like ghosts. We did this. Bro, every week we would have a
Something happened.
technical malfunction.
Something would happen.
Only in October.
Only in October.
Only. It didn't happen before or after.
Exactly.
You don't piss off the spirits.
Well, hold on. Let's
talking
re-explain
about
these rules.
us.
That was a little messy.
You're right. So
Go ahead.
So y'all, you gotta go to the YouTube video.
Yes.
Comment what you think the score is gonna be and who you think's gonna win. You have to subscribe to the YouTube page as well. And we will allow an over-under of 3 points differential for each team if you're not exactly on point. And that's only if someone doesn't get the exact score. The exact score person and the exact winner gets $100 gift card, man. And
To
the
what? To what?
to whatever they want. Yeah, I'm
Red
nice
Lobster.
like that, baby.
Pizza.
I'm not whatever you want.
Pornhub,
And don't even oh lord.
American Express.
And even if you live in a different state,
OnlyFans.
if you
Olive
live in a
Garden.
different state, don't trip. I don't heck,
Brazzers.
I will send it to you straight
Spencer's.
up.
Email gift card.
So, I will,
Yeah.
or email it to you. Either way, don't be afraid. Whoever you are, wherever you're at, to do it. Come on, baby. Someone to let's come. I mean, come on.
Could be OnlyFans gift card, but you can finally get
Chatterbait.
your neighbors OnlyFans. Nigga.
Y'all just naming that. Y'all stupid. So, but with that being said,
Victor's
though,
Secret.
even you, Joel, F it.
What?
I want down the line a prediction
ahead,
of
Joel.
the Super Bowl. I know you don't fall, so
Pick your
it's
sport- pick your
Eagles.
sport.
Man, the
and
Toon
Ken-
Squad's about to win.
Hey, the guys who don't,
Yeah.
the
There
people
you
who don't pay
go.
attention somehow always
Somehow,
know.
yeah.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah.
Because, hey, the times that I participated in those pools,
Yeah.
right, I always come out with something.
So who's gonna win then, Joel? Who you predict's gonna win between Kansas City and Philadelphia?
Man. I'm going to go with Philly.
You going with Philly?
Philly.
Yes, sir. That's okay.
I'm going to go Philly.
And
when they win, I'm going to play Dreams and Nightmares on the loop.
send it to me.
But what's the score though? What do you think the score is?
Yeah.
The score, I'm looking at 21-23.
Ooh. So very close
Be a
defensive
close
game.
game. It's gonna be a close
Wow.
game. It ain't going to be no wash like it was last week.
That's what I was gonna
Ooh,
say.
okay. So Andrew, yeah, then
I was gonna say 21-17.
You certainly can, motherfucker. That's not what
yeah,
I said.
it's
I
fun.
was gonna say, so I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say.
He's like, I ain't.
well, he said 21. So the basic answer.
No. Yeah, what's your
is.
true? What's your true prediction and why,
I'm
Andrew?
gonna say 21-17, and I mean, shoot. After what we've been talking about, I guess I gotta go with the underdog. I gotta say it's gonna be 21-17 Mahomes.
Ooh, why you say that? What's gonna be the difference?
Just from what we've been talking about, man. Like it got me back in because before I was like, oh yeah, the Eagles got this, but I'm like, I don't know. Like, Mahomes got that determination and he's got the right headset to not get too cocky, and he can read the situation. So I'm going to say 21-17 Mahomes.
Ooh, snap. Everett, your score prediction winner and why?
Man, so coming into today, and I know it sounds like I'm a hater, but I got facts. Coming into today.
Don't all haters say that? No, I'm playing. Go ahead.
No, they don't.
You're right. They don't.
Coming into today.
What's up?
This might shock you.
It might.
I actually had Philly winning this game.
No, that doesn't shock me.
And it just because of their just overall, they have the best unit.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's also tough to go ahead and bet against Mahomes.
I hear you. It is.
And so I'm really struggling right now. I really am. However, I believe the score will be 27-33.
Ooh,
That's a good
another close game.
With the Chiefs coming ahead.
Ooh, what's gonna be the difference?
The difference will be Mahomes is just that dude.
When it's time to go clutch, he will go
dude.
clutch.
He's just that dude. And if he wins this one, we might have to talk about, just like, man.
I agree.
This guy, and it's still too early to say, but a legend in the making.
No, I think it's there.
I mean, it's kind of there. Like I said, for me, it's consistency. So
I feel you.
Be better for more than just 4 years, 5 years. To me, the legends are good for 8 years plus.
I
For
agree.
the most part.
I agree.
But so yeah, we could go ahead and start going there.
Don't be a flash in the pan. Build your legacy.
Exactly. So it's real hard. I'm still back and forth, but I'm just gonna go ahead and lock it in right now.
Lock it in.
33-27. The Kansas City Chiefs will prevail just because they cannot stop Travis Kelce. And when they try too hard, they're going to end up opening up the rest of the defense, and they're going to get exposed. Mahomes going to make some plays, and they have not been hit in the mouth this playoffs yet.
I feel you. Dang. I feel y'all on all of that. It's very hard to bet against Patrick. It's hard to bet against Andy Reid. I mean, you're talking about two people that are great, all-time greats at what they do, straight up. And it is going to be a close game for the first half. I genuinely think that because of Mahomes' greatness, Andy Reid's greatness, it's going to nullify what Philly does for a good second. Like, for the first half, probably for the first 1.5 quarters. But then I feel like, just like what I told you last week, when that pass rush gets activated, I think that will make the difference on why Eagles will eventually pull away and end up winning. This is going to sound cold-blooded. 37-20. I think the fourth quarter, they're going to get like 14 plus points in the fourth quarter, and then just end up putting them away, and that pass rush is just going to get activated and just say, not today, Mahomes. You dope, you good people, but not today. And only because that pass rush can do that. So 37-20, Philly on top. Dang, this room is split.
I will tell you something that might make you rethink your decision.
Okay.
Philly ranked in the middle of the road in run defense.
So we're the Niners in pass defense, I want to say.
We're not talking about the Niners. I thought you said that.
I know. Ain't that funny now? No, but
they beat my Niners, so we ain't worried about that.
You're right. But that's
and
because
Kansas City has been able to run the ball this postseason.
Mm-hmm.
So pass rush, everybody knows.
Right.
Pass rush is getting nullified by a run game, especially later on in the game when that O-line comes
when they wear you down.
So just be aware. In a couple weeks, you might have to come on and eat your words.
You know what, Everett?
Just say.
I ain't gonna lie. You made me rethink that. In the sense that you're right. Might be not 1.5 quarters, but 2 quarters. They'll make them respect the run game a little bit more. But that's what I'm saying. I think Andy Reid and his brilliant game planning will force Eagles to be honest. But once they don't have to be honest, I think that point, because of a turnover, whether it be sack, fumble, interception, whatever, I think there will be a certain point in the game where they're like, we don't got to be honest no more. Let's go. And I think that's when it'll make the difference. And 37-20.
I think the Eagles are frauds.
But you know who ain't no fraud?
I'm joking. They earn this right to be here.
The 39 crew ain't no fraud either, boy.
No, they ain't.
Come
They
on,
are. Ain't none. Not one of them sit on my face yet.
They will.
That's some
I
fraud
promise
shit,
you.
if you ask me.
No, they will. I promise you. Especially for your
I
birthday.
don't think
Just
any
ask.
of us are showered
Come
right
on.
now.
Don't matter.
Don't
It's
matter,
still at
baby.
the end of the
Extra
night.
zest.
It's my birthday.
A little extra zest, baby. A little
Olsen,
bit
you
of
showered?
that Dano seasoning.
I just came
baby.
from work. I just came from work. I haven't even been
Give
home
me
yet
that
today.
Thanos seasoning, boy.
I went to eat and then I came here.
There you go.
Shoot, you know. But before we send people off, you know what time it is, baby.
What time is it?
What is your vibe of the week? Vibe of the week, my good people, for those of y'all who are new, is what you been jamming out to lately. We try to give y'all, school y'all on some game, on some songs that, you know, you may or may not know. But regardless, we've been vibing out to lately. Joe,
What's up, baby?
what's your vibe of the week, baby?
Man, I've been listening to Amen by Earth Gang and Music Soul Child.
Oh, music. Okay. I like that, baby.
That's a good song.
Heck yeah. Andrew,
What the hell you laughing at?
I'm scared.
You about to hit that.
Vibe of the week.
My vibe of the week is Go Power Rangers.
Hey,
that's
that's
always
a
the
jam.
vibe.
Like
That is always the
I was
vibe.
gonna say, like let's not do that.
No, but
Hit that shit one time then if it's a jam.
my,
Go.
no, but my
Come on, man. You gotta say it with some bass, man.
my coworker played this song the other day. I believe it's called 45 Colt by Afro Man.
Colt 45.
Colt 45.
45.
Two zigzags. Baby, that's all we need. Roll to the bar, got the dog, smoking that tumbleweed. As the marijuana burns, we can take our turn, singing them dirty rap songs. Let's stop and hit the bone like Cheech and Chong.
Head straight with a Hong Kong.
Like I said, it's a
So
vibe.
roll the joint. Pick out the seeds and stems. Feeling high as hell, run through Palmdale.
Skating on Danny rims.
So roll,
That was a jam,
roll
man.
the 83 Cadillac Coupe de Ville. If my tapes and my CDs just don't sell, I bet this caddy will.
Come on, baby.
When it was just sundown
Oh,
in a
he
small
going
white
in.
town
Yeah.
called Eastside Palmdale. Well,
Well, you know we stay jamming on Vibe of the Week, baby. Come
Need
on
I
now.
say more?
Need
No.
you say it
that's
more?
perfect. That was perfect.
I
That
hate
was
you when we were
perfect.
talking about Afro Man that one episode, and we were like, "Where's Afro Man?" You sent me the video, bro.
Fucking ate shit
I'm like, here he is. I'm like,
on
bruh.
the fucking floor.
Right.
There he is.
I'm like, you wrong, Joe. Yo, Everett, what's your vibe of the week, baby?
Well, I kind of went back into last year a little bit during the playoff vibes, and
Right.
you know, last year, you know, I'm gonna bring them up again when my Niners was in the playoffs. They came out with the boom box, you
Right.
know,
Oh,
vibing
the
out to
boom.
Super Gremlin.
Oh,
So
snap.
as I was getting ready for the game last week, man,
Yeah.
I just had that full blast in the car.
Right.
That song just goes so hard, man.
I
It
feel
just
it.
I did not start off as a Kodak Black fan, but the more I
Who
listened
was?
to him, it was just kind of like, you know, we ain't trying like this, when he rap like
Right.
that, it's kind of hard to. But man, that song just still goes so hard, and he's got a few others out there. So that's realistically, that's what I was listening to damn near the whole drive here,
Right.
just on repeat. That beat just go too damn hard.
I feel you, man. Ain't nothing wrong
And,
with your
and it's
vibe,
personal
baby.
too. It's personal too. That's a personal song.
That's when songs.
That's a diss
speak
track. I
just-
don't know. A lot of people didn't know that's a diss track.
I didn't know that. Actually.
Yeah, it's a diss track.
True, man.
I'm dissing the sucker to the right here.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
My vibe is strictly a vibe for real. Cause you know, like sometimes you just need to like just get through the work week and just like have a chillax mindset.
About
You
to
know,
say some Kirk Franklin shit.
no.
Hey, Today by Kirk Franklin go hard though. You having a bad day, a bad week, you just put on Today.
I turn on Fred Hammond.
Okay.
He puts a smile on my face.
You
My-
always like them old Negroes.
I am an old Negro. What we talking? Man, I remember back in '66. No, but it's gonna be "Serenade of Water" by Men I Trust. Just a vibe, mellow out sort of song. If just one of them like slow head knockers, like you're like, okay, like all right, and just let your mind be at ease, man. A true vibe. And y'all know Vibe of the Week is brought to you by literally anything we want, dropping on nearly every podcast platform we got. Also, don't forget, once again, to follow Visual House Studios on Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, especially if you want to be part of the contest, and Instagram as well, y'all. And for real, listen to White Noise every Tuesday, because
White Noise every Tuesday. That show is insane, man.
It's insane. We got crazy guests coming on. They're gonna get even crazier, y'all.
Yep.
And we got a special guest next week as well. We mentioned on White Noise about how there's a little debate going on in the art community between AI art and quote unquote real art. We're gonna have an AI artist next week to
about to jump him,
debate that case.
Yeah.
Shoot. Well, we're not gonna jump anybody because you know we have to stay out of jail. And you know,
But what if others couldn't find out about it?
what if it's a
This
good
door's
friend of yours
closed.
though?
Who gonna see?
What if we just disposed of that?
He's like,
good friend
well,
of
Don't
ours?
care who sees.
It just depends who it is.
You know what,
Is
y'all?
it clutter?
39 crew.
Little ball ain't coming over here.
39 crew, I need you to talk these people down. I need you to stay true to yourself, 39 crew. You know I
39 crew.
love you. You know
Suck
I
your
love
toes.
you. And I will allow it. Whoa.
What you going to do with it?
We love y'all. Y'all stay safe. Be cool. And don't forget to subscribe, y'all. For real. Y'all be safe.
Yeah.
We love y'all.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.